Today we're gonna find the most legendary of frogs, and that all starts with this one. Let's set him loose on the world, there's no turning back now, our very first frog. Now what we do with the frogs is feed them lots of flies, so we're basically sacrificing all of these creatures, so we'll make sure he's a well-fed frog. And quite quickly we unlocked a new one, a green tree frog, common. But that's okay because he's now fully grown, and fully grown frogs generate money over time. Alternatively, we can sell him for $17.25. And that's pretty good considering he's a frog. I'd probably sell my children for less than that. Actually, no. I would definitely sell my children for less than that. The next frog's gonna cost $10, so we're gonna have to sit here and wait for him to eat some flies. And he's conveniently relocating himself everywhere, probably in search of more food, but he wants some flies, we'll give him some flies. He's also making money for eating the flies, so the more of these there are in his face, the more money we're gonna make. It's a pretty slow process otherwise, 5 cents per fly. It is tempting to sell him right away and buy several new frogs, but if he's here, we get 8% increased frog quality. And this guy's got uncommon quality, so we'll maybe get some better quality frogs we can sell for more. So we need a stockpile of frogs, that's all I'm hearing. And there's the $10 we need to buy our next frog. One secret swamp frog, and the big reveal, what do we get? I think it's exactly the same frog. It's actually unknown. We actually might have to make it grow up, but he's working his way there. We just gotta feed him enough flies. But our income has effectively doubled now that we have a second moron. So it's a slim green tree frog, which is actually a different variety than our first one. They're both worth $17.25 to sell. They make 6 cents per second. This one has 200% more fly burps. I don't know what those are. And if we don't know what something is, we sell it immediately for profit. And then we can buy 2 more frogs for hopefully better quality results. That one definitely looks different. That's gotta be something good. I'm just gonna keep force feeding these things until we get something amazing. I don't care how long it takes. It's a brown rain frog. This one actually has an amazing quality plus 7 cents fly value. So that took it flies from 5 to 12 cents. That's actually pretty big. And because of our 3 frogs and newfound income with that, we don't have to sell any frogs to earn the $10 we need to get another frog. Suddenly I'm feeling very rich. I don't know how many frogs we can fit in here, but we're just gonna keep forcing them in. We start selling the weakest link after a while. Maybe I can get lucky and just find frogs that increase the fly value. Like every single frog will increase value. That will make a fortune off every single fly. We found our first uncommon, angry-eyed tree frog. That's a very descriptive name. We get 6% increased frog rarity, which is actually really nice, and 10 cents per minute, so he's actually considerably better. He's worth a lot to sell as well, but we're going to keep him because that rarity is huge. And by the time they finished eating all their flies, we already have enough to buy a new frog, so the income is starting to roll in the background quite quickly, as long as we keep the flies going. Too many frogs in the tank. Alright, +1 maximum frogs. And our new frog, look at that thing. Oh, maybe it's the same as the frog behind it. They all look weird when they're small. I definitely feel like this one down here has a yellow tongue, and I feel like that's uniquest to the frogs we've seen so far, so I need him to grow up quickly so we can investigate him further. So that is a striped pink tree frog. That increases fly value by 11 cents. It's got uncommon. Now we're making some money. We need to cram more frogs in here. 1 maximum frog. We can actually afford that twice right away because we're making so much money. Now we can get 2 more idiots in here before you know it. There's 1. When we discover 5 more frogs, we get a new set as well. So we'll drop the first one in so he can start growing, and then before you know, we'll have enough for the second one. That was way quicker than I thought. A purple one. That's got to be even better. That's got to be epic or rare or something. That's got to be a good one. I like how these idiots are so smart that if you put the flies out of their reach, they'll literally just reach your tongue for them and not get them. We've got $40 now, so we're going to open up space for more frogs, and speaking of which, we're going to buy another frog as well. Hopefully it's a purple background, it's a common. And our rare frog is a red spotted big smiley frog. I feel like they make up the names at this point. So that's rare and common. They actually make 50 cents per minute. They're worth 60 to sell. 100% more fly burps isn't great. Also, this frog is very common. 5% increased frog quality. I don't love that, but I think we still got room for more frogs, so we won't be too hard on it yet. What we will do is hatch 2 more frogs of blue quality. And this is the rare one over here, the enormous one. Not sure what it's doing, but we'll just leave it to eat a lot of flies. We're going to make a lot of money per second now. So the 2 new frogs are both uncommon. This one adds $12.82 to the golden fly value. I don't know if we've seen the golden fly, but that's interesting, and an increase to frog quality. So basically, the more frogs, the better everything's going to be. So we need to make some more room. $22 for an upgrade, $30 for an upgrade, but that allows us to buy about 2 more frogs still with our leftover money. As soon as we put some flies down for them to eat. We got 1 we recognize and 1 we don't. That's okay. More frogs, more value. Then we'll start to wean out the weak ones. We're only left with the valuables. So there is a tier beyond rare that we haven't seen yet, this orangey pink thing. And then once we unlock the new frogs, there's a whole other set we got to go through as well. So these 2 new frogs, I actually don't like either of them. I'm just straight up going to sell them. They don't increase fly value. And at this point, we need performers. But while we're at it, we're going to buy space for another frog. And then we're going to buy a 3rd one that we could drop 3 new ones in. 1, 2, 3. And as long as we're dumping lots of flies in their tank, we're making lots and lots of money. The green one already hatched, grew up. It gives 88% more sell value, so obviously we're just going to sell it. It basically has its own ability to sell itself. But that's okay, because right away we're going to replace it with something newer and hopefully better, a blue frog. And I guess if we have $100, we might as well spend that on buying another frog, which is hopefully again something amazing. Well, we'll take it. And a new frog has been found. Our brown bullfrog finally grew up, and there's, I think, going to be 2 of those. So we'll take a look at our new money bags. That would be this one with a rare quality, 14% increased frog quality, which is pretty good. Golden fly value I don't love, so we'll maybe just go ahead and sell this one. The increased frog quality is good though, because we can just start stacking those stats until we get better quality, and hopefully we can get higher money per fly. He even sparkles because he's got such good quality. I always wanted a sparkly frog. And you know, if something's sparkling, it's got to be good. We need more room, $70 for an upgrade. We're going to buy as many frogs as we can fit in here. And we're just going to force them on in. I can take pride in the fact that I'm probably one of the few 100 airs off of frogs. So we did get an increase to fly value off this one. This one adds 33% money per minute. So I assume that it's per minute here. I don't know if that's in total. I'm going to assume it's not, so we're going to sell that one, and we're also going to sell the golden fly value. Then it's $100 to make more room in the tank, but then it's only a few dollars to buy more frogs, and rinse, repeat. Ooh, we got another bullfrog, hopefully a sparkly one, and we got a new blue quality one too.
That's definitely important.
We're currently getting 31 cents per fly, and we've got a lot of flies in the tank. I realized I could just spawn the flies in one place, and the frogs can eat them as fast as I can spawn them anyway, so I don't need to distribute them. If the frogs want to get fed, they've got to earn it. They've got to hop their way all the way over to the cluster. The new frog we found, uncommon mad green rain frog, which so far gives 200% more fly burps. No good, we're going to sell that. This one's got a rare quality. It's a common frog though, plus $18 golden fly value. No. Our other brown bullfrog did grow up though, 10% fly value, so our fly value's gone up even more. So we're going to increase our maximum frogs and buy as many of these as we can. Then we got 3 cards to throw down. None of them are legendary. But we're up to 41 cents per fly at this point, so that feels pretty good. The new frogs that hatched, this one has an uncommon sell value, so we get $33 for him. This one's got 65% more sell value. Who's going to go? Increase frog rarity. We'll keep this one for now, because as we hatch new frogs, hopefully we get some legendaries. We made room for more frogs. We can still fit a lot more in here. We've only got to discover one more new kind to unlock the new pack. So there's a blue, a purple, and a green. The frogs are a little bit clustered up, so I'm just going to force the flies directly into them. So these new ones so far, increased frog quality, they're not going to keep that. This one's got plus 32% money per minute. I think that only considers itself, so we'll wait for the purple one to grow up, and we're going to buy more regular frogs in the meantime. One of these new ones is simply common. Nothing good there. It's got to go. We'll wait for this one. 9% increased frog rarity, we will keep. They eat the flies so quick, I can't actually keep up. Our frog size is getting bigger, and we're going to have a few more to throw into the tank. Blue, green. So currently we can fit 19 frogs. Our money per minute, I guess in the background, is $2.43. Our new purple frog gets 31% per minute. We're going to sell that because that's useless. $60. 100% more fly burps also going to go. Plus 2 fly XP for frogs is actually quite nice, because they had a base of 5 XP, so 7 XP is actually a considerable upgrade. And I think we got another epic frog. If I'm seeing that correctly up top, we got another one of these big morons. Perfect. Eat your flies and grow up. Okay, one of the new frogs has increased our frog quality, so he's gonna go. We need to start saving up for the good frogs. Our tank is once again getting bigger. For $10, we're gonna buy a new frog. We can't actually afford a new one. We need more flies. For now, we're gonna drop a new blue one in, which is a good start. Our new purple smiley moron is worth $69 to sell. Its money per minute doesn't interest me. Frog quality does, and we're still waiting for this one to grow up. He's almost there, but we gotta throw a few new frogs in the tank while we wait. That's a legendary. I can already see it up top. It's the moment we've all been waiting for. Look at him in all his glory. I bet he's going to take a long time to grow up, so hopefully he hangs out up here where he can have his monopoly on flies. At this point, he's my favorite. None of the other frogs matter. They can all die for all I care. We got to get the legendary going. He was smart enough to leave his abundance of food. He jumped to the bottom where there were no flies, so he's maybe not the brightest. But he's already halfway to grown up. 600 experience. That's a lot. And there it is. Purple-eyed dart frog. Epic. Okay, so not legendary, but it is epic. So he makes $1 per minute. He's got a common quality and 150% burped fly value, which is really epic. So we're going to go ahead and sell them. And then we're going to take a look at all of our old frogs to make sure there's nothing sitting there that we don't want anymore. Golden fly value. Why did we keep this thing? There's a few frogs we should have sold. I lost track of some of these. I either want fly value or increased quality or rarity. Anything else has got to go. Or an experience. So we can increase that for $450, but we could buy frogs. $500? I probably shouldn't have spent all that money. Alright, we got to feed some frogs. Eat, my beautiful morons, eat. We need to replace you all with better frogs. Luckily I can set up my auto clicker to also right click, and that actually spawns flies a lot faster, so I can just go like this and we can expedite our process greatly. We're making a little cluster organism of flies that are going to get eradicated quickly. We could probably actually drown the frogs in this many. We can't even see the frog anymore, it's just made of flies at this point. 4,000 milligrams of caffeine later, and I'm feeling pretty good about our $1,500. So we could buy 1, 2, 3 of Riverbank Riches frogs. And these are obviously going to be big earners and new frogs. We already got a blue and a big blue. They take a lot of experience. Our legendary from the last one took 600. These are 1,200. The experience does tick up automatically though, which is nice. But we're also going to force feed the life out of them. If they're not overdosing on flies on any given minute, they're not eating enough. I've spent another $500 on another frog. This one's going to be of green quality, but still quite valuable, I'm sure. And our first of the new set is grown up. Look at those eyes. He can see right into the future. Blue belly, big eye, dart frog. So he adds 9 cents to fly value, which is great. And he's $1.15 per minute, $110 to sell, which means these other ones are going to be much better. Plus, we're now making even 50 cents per fly, and at the rate we're spawning flies, we're actually getting pretty rich off this endeavor. Progress has slowed down a little bit, even at the rate of frogs, but we did get this new one. It's an uncommon version. Oh, and this other big boy, uncommon as well. These beautiful morons are worth almost $3 per minute in the background, but I don't like their other things, even though they're uncommon. We don't really care about those stats, so they're actually just going to get sold right away. Luckily, they could be replaced right away, at least one of them. The other one's going to take a second. That's common value, but that could still be very good. And you'd think with all the upgrades we have to extra frog quality and rarity, we'd be finding a lot more than we are, but we still find a lot of commons, sadly. Whatever the case, we could buy a new one of those, and it's another green quality. I decided to save up a little bit. We have $12,500 and some new frogs. So we have some ones that increase our fly value. 5 cents isn't much, but I'll take it. Fly burps and frog quality, that can stay. Fly burps gotta go. Now using all of our money, we can increase our tank size several times, and we're going to be keeping an eye on how much money we have left because these get expensive quickly. And at $500 per frog, we need to be careful to balance things out. But that's a lot of new frogs, some of which are purple. So while I'm at it, I'm going to buy another space for the frogs because we almost have the $500 we need for a new one. There's blue, purple, green, blue, purple. So the rarity's starting to pay off. Those purple ones will hopefully have really good skills attached to them so we can make even more money. But we're up to 55 cents per fly at this point. And we already have the $500 we need, so we're going to buy one more $500 frog. A few quick minutes and $6,000 later, we've got some new frogs, including the rare horn-spotted tree frog, which is probably my new favorite. Oh, this one's sparkly, so it's got to be good. So my new favorite has quickly become my new least favorite, plus 34% money per minute. Don't care, it's going to go immediately. 79% more sell value, it can go. We're not getting good luck with these ones. They're making some decent money, but golden fly value, don't care. More fly burps, also don't care. This is the one with the rare quality, 34% money per minute. So it's $2 per minute, but we make way more money than that if we're using an auto clicker. So the only one we're going to keep in that bunch is increased frog quality. Even this one, golden fly value, rare frog, gone. So let's roll the dice on some more $500 frogs. Now we have $4,500 left over, so we can increase our maximum size and buy another $500 frog, and the cycle repeats. We did get one purple out of that bunch, and it's a purple we haven't seen before, but I'm assuming that is still indeed a frog. And then we just cluster bomb the frogs with flies one more time, and then we'll see what we got. Another $5,000 later, and we have a black-eyed happy glass frog. And with him we get an 8% increase to frog quality, so he boosted himself up to uncommon presumably. This one gets +1 fly XP for frogs, which is huge. More sell value means he's going to be sold immediately. Golden fly value is garbage. We do have an extra frog rarity, so we're getting lots of useful frogs. There's only 2 more useless ones to sell. And our fly XP is up to 8, so that's well over 50% from its original value. Time to buy some more frogs. Hopefully we get, well, we got 1 purple, 1 blue, so the quality is going up. I'm going to sell these old frogs. This one has 5% fly value. That's not enough to justify the space anymore. Same with this one for 9 cents, because they'll be replaced with higher level frogs that hopefully have better stats than that. Then we sit there and force feed them until they explode. Some of our new frogs are showing up quickly. We're getting a lot of percent per minute, which are going to be sold immediately because I don't want percent per minute, I want results. Still going to be a minute for the horn-spotted tree frog, given that it's got a long ways to go. Luckily, in the meantime, we can buy more frogs, of which we got 4 greens and 1 purple. I feel like we're getting really bad luck for some of these. We're mostly getting more sell value, which I don't really love right now. We do have one of our purple frogs about to grow up though too, so we'll see what that turns into because that's got big potential. 113% burped fly value. Gone. Okay, we'll in with some new frogs then. That was several $1,000s in frogs. We did get a purple and a blue. We have not got the epic yet. So for our new frogs so far, we have burp value, that's gonna go. More cell value, that's obviously gonna go. Then we got fly value, which isn't very strong, so it's gonna go. Fly burps, definitely gonna go, and a purple one that's not quite there yet. And despite all of our rarity boosts, we got 4 basic frogs in a row. So I'm also gonna take a minute to remove some of the older frogs that if they're a common quality old frog with a bad stat, they're gonna go. 5% increased frog quality, not good enough for us anymore. You gotta be much better. So after selling a few basic morons, that's made room for some new frogs that are definitely gonna grow up, but we got an epic out of that, finally. So that's gonna be new and hopefully amazing. So now it's just a matter of force feeding enough flies for it to grow up. The rest of the frogs are getting close. We got increased rarity, burp value can just always go. 50% more cell value, you're gone. 33% money per minute, we don't need that anymore, we're already filthy rich. It's a shame this is rare and uncommon, but it landed on burp value, so it's gonna go. Our great hope is in the epic frog wearing sunglasses, and it's ticking along. It's very close now. So we'll throw a bunch of flies down and smother the frog, and it already hatched. Spotted Spectacles Rain Frog, the only animal in the animal kingdom known to wear sunglasses. It's not sparkling, so it's not amazing quality, but it is still epic. To be fair, it is uncommon quality, 8% increased frog rarity, so using that we can find more epics. And it's worth $1,518 to sell. So at this point, we would buy more space for frogs and continue the process. But we found our epic frog for now, so we're going to let these idiots sit here and gorge on fries for the next 1,000 years. Today we're going to make a really big number by using bouncy balls. To begin, we have our singular bouncy ball contained within a glass cage, bouncing on what appears to be a turtle in pancake form. Every time our bouncy ball hits our turtle pancake, we get $2. So quite quickly we've earned almost $300, which means we probably need more balls. So we're gonna add another 2 basic balls. These ones are worth $1 per turtle pancake. So I don't see why we wouldn't go ahead and add a few more bouncy balls. We spent $100 in total, but look at all those balls. And that means the next obvious choice is to add a pad for $150. The next one gets a lot more expensive, but our income just went up bigly. Speaking of which, we're going to spend all the money we can on more balls because we're just going to make more money per second. $500 later, we're going to add another pad. Our income goes up again. That one's on the side. That's illegal. I think they also bounce a lot harder off of the pad, so we finally get a ×5. Look at the size of that thing. Is that a permanent upgrade for the ball? One of my balls is enlarged and I don't know what to do about it. I think it was just earning more than it was supposed to be. I think it had a multiplier on it. All I know is we need another turtle pancake. That's not the greatest spot for one, but I'll accept it anyways. On top of that, we're going to add another ball. And we're going to actually merge some of the balls. Every time we do that, they get worth more money. Now those ones are $2. We're going to merge more balls and more balls again. Maybe this is actually more of a ball merging simulator than it is a bouncy game. And these are the kind of philosophical questions that keep me up at night. But what also helps with that is adding more balls, and we're going to merge another ball, and then as soon as you make $80, another ball. Now we're making the money, probably $20 to $30 per second. You know what, let's go ahead and throw another few balls in there. Those are only $1 balls, but those are certainly going to add some value. I blinked 3 times, we have $1,400, so we're going to add a pad very quickly. We almost have enough for another pad already. This thing's going to be made of money soon. The world's also going to run into a shortage of turtles soon, but that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. One more pad. I want my money back. That one is tiny. That one's made out of a baby turtle. So that makes it worth it again. Let's add one more ball and then very soon 1 ball again. Look at the money going up now. We're making like $50 a second. And that beautiful sound. That's the sound of balls hitting things. Merging is still quite cheap, so we're going to do that a few times. There we go. We got another green ball. We got another green ball and another green ball. Nope, we got for the first time a blue ball. We've got 2 blue balls, in fact. Make your own jokes below in the comments, but those are going to make us a lot of money. And we got a multiplier on one. That one's getting $8 per touch. $8 every time it touches a turtle. We're going to add another pad really quick. That's a decent sized narrow one. That's like a long baby turtle. While we're at it, we're going to merge some more because there are some multipliers showing up. So the more times we can get these to merge and hit the multiplier, the more money we're going to get. Okay, we go on beyond blue. We're in dark blue now. Those are $6 per touch, which I think is still worth it. I was hoping it would jump up to $8, but it's going up by $2. So $6 per touch might be kind of the cutoff right now for what I want to upgrade. Beyond that, it's going to be a little bit diminishing returns. So we can merge another 2 of those together because a jump from $1 to $2 is double the income, so that's an easy choice. I feel generally just like more balls is better. And because we hit $10,000, we now have a pyramid-shaped glass container ready to be filled with balls. We're just going to spend all the money on balls at this point. Now we are going to merge a few of those together because that's still quite cheap. You know what? We're just going to hit that until we run out of money. And then this one is now also making us lots of money. We're basically doubling our income now for $150, so that's easy. The next one's going to be $50,000. I've gone back to my first cage of balls because this one's a little more exciting right now. The other one can build up some money while we wait. I've added one more pad. We're quickly going to add another one. That's just going to be more money again. Merge another ball into a green variety. And yeah, we're really starting to make some money so quickly. Okay, let's throw another ball in there and another ball. And basically by the time those are spawned in, we're able to merge them. They are making constant money. It's actually rare they hit something now that's not money. So we really need this empty space up front filled in for $1,800. Okay, there's a narrow little strip over here that's also a blank spot. Good to know. We're going to add another ball and we're going to merge some together. Oh, while these are making like $100 per second, we're going to check in on our other one. It's up to $770. I saw you guys resting when I wasn't looking. We're just going to give them a pad and then soon to be another pad. Then I'm going to go back to my other one for now. This might be a smaller area. Oh, it's got a fun toy. Yeah, we're keeping the balls entertained. We take care of our possessions here. This income is actually going up pretty quickly here. We're going to merge a few of these together. Then they're going to sit there and play ball for a while. Then we're going to go back to our... Why did the money stop? Does this not actually go when I'm not looking at it? That's actually horrible. This is going to make it so slow. Well, at least this one still makes money so quickly, but by the time I'm done explaining it, we've made 20% more than we need for the pad. So that's a nice big one at the back, and we've made a third of what we need already to get another pad again. There's also a multiplier on the board. It's only a ×2, but we'll take it. Whatever ball wants to touch that, it's going to be my new best friend. We're going to add a pad. It's another sliver up front. To mask my disappointment, we're going to add 3 more balls. These are singular ones, but we'll soon be able to merge them together to make better balls. The money's really pouring in on this one now. But I'm also now realizing that we've already hit the goal here, so we're just making money for fun at this point, which is really all we're ever doing. But I believe the goal of this game is to unlock more and more cages for our balls. So let's add another pad. We finally filled in the big dead spot. That actually pushed our income so far up. We're going to celebrate that with a few more balls. And then we're definitely going to merge a few of those together, spending all we can. We have less balls, but they're much more worthwhile now. This one was making money while I was gone. It had to have been. We wouldn't have been able to make this much. Or we made $30,000 at the first one, and it just happened to count over here. Yeah, because there's no way this one made $30,000. Wait, what? Oh, we can turn around and look. I mean, I guess that's sweet and all. I'm not sure we carried $1,300 forward, but we did. So we won't really ask any questions, and we'll just throw together everything we can and make some money. I imagine the shape of these is supposed to be a little more efficient. Like, they're going to focus the balls in more on the things they're supposed to hit for money. Probably. We're going to go ahead and merge these because we really need these to make more than $1 per hit. So, looking backwards, I can see that the balls are not currently doing anything, at least as far as I can see, but they might be sitting there making me money. It's a little bit hard to tell. For now, we'll just keep merging and adding as much as we can. Actually making some pretty good money now, $400 in only a few seconds. So we're going to add a whole bunch more balls, and that's going to add a whole bunch more income. I want to make a universe-ending ball machine that creates such chaos that it creates a black hole and everything just gets destroyed within itself. And the only way to do that is more balls. After grabbing a quick drink, we have enough money to add at least 2 more pads, and that's going to be a lot more income. Which means that we quickly have enough to buy another pad, and these aren't getting super expensive super quickly, so we're going to keep adding those. I do quite like the shape of the next one. It looks like we can fill it with all sorts of balls. So we're going to add another pad on our way in that direction, and that actually filled out a pretty big space, so I'm happy about that. We're making enough money to earn a new ball every couple of seconds now, so the income's going to go up rapidly. Quickly made another $3,500. That's enough for 2 more pads, which really filled out the base of this. We'll throw down a few more balls while we're waiting, then we should be able to afford the merge for these almost instantly. As fast as we can sort of click on them is as fast as we're making it back. But also, we should probably go back and check. Yeah, those definitely haven't been moving because these are pretty big money makers themselves. That one's got such potential with all the pads too. This one's actually maxed out on pads at this point, as it turns out, so that's perfectly fine by me. We'll spend a lot of money on a lot of balls. Look at the chaos go. More balls. These are just basic level balls, but there's enough of them bouncing around that they're really starting to add some money per second. The game isn't necessarily broken, but the sound is kind of breaking, so we're going to merge a few of these together, and then we'll get some valuable balls. Less chaos, more money. Alright, we very quickly earned the money at that rate to unlock this thing. We'll get to that in a second. I want to watch these balls bounce around for a sec. I want to see what kind of income we're dealing with. Between $200 and $300 per second. So that's going to add up quickly. We'll throw a few more balls down there just because we can. The sound at this point actually did break. Like, it's not working at all the way it should. So we'll merge a few of those together. And we still got lots of very bouncy balls going around. Now the money is up to maybe close to $500 a second. So that gives me a lot of hope for what we could do here. Why does the money go up here? There's $3,100. Is it just the money in general? Like, could we just... Oh, okay. I don't know if it's supposed to work that way, but it does. So if I just sit here and use this money, we could just move it over to the next one real quick. So we can spend $10,000 on more balls, which doesn't buy nearly as many as you might think. They're at almost $1,000 per ball already. But that only takes a couple seconds to make back. So in the meantime, we're going to start merging everything we can together for more money. Look at all those readouts. We're going to just go ahead and rapid fire click this. So the balls all in there seem to be at the $4 or $6 level, which means a lot of money for us. $27,000 later, I feel like that's enough of a head start to get started on the bowl. Now I know what you're thinking. How many balls does $27,000 buy? Well, it's probably a lot. It's already a lot. I actually kind of want these to get more expensive so I have to click this less times. We're going to spend our entire money just on yellow balls that are actually getting in each other's way at this point. We also made so much money that I accidentally unlocked this one and this one, which is actually apparently the end one. That's got too much going on in it. It's overwhelming me. That one could be fun. I feel like this is going to be our main one. It's already making like $100 per second, and these are basic balls and a single pad. So let's add a few pads to kind of spread the love around. Now we're making like $300 per second, and these are still just basic balls. We've already maxed out our pads though, but I feel like it doesn't matter because they're basically always hitting pads in this level. One of the balls actually got out. It actually jumped out and went down there, so I think that might just be gone forever. I didn't know that was a thing, but luckily we could just there goes another one. We could just replace the balls. Probably should start merging some of these now, so we're going to spend $2,500 on merges, so we now have different color balls, and a few of them are hopping away again. Which makes me think that maybe some of these other levels are going to be better because we're going to have less balls leaving us. But it's definitely hard to say. We made another $7,600, so we're definitely going to do some more merging. That way we can tone down the number of balls and hopefully escape ease. Wow, we really had a lot of balls in there. We did a lot of merging, and it's still just kind of a chaotic mess. But you can just never have too many balls. We'll throw a few more in there. We'll build up the money. We'll merge them again. We'll just repeat this vicious cycle basically forever. I think I've managed to remove every green ball in there. Actually, there's still one in there, so we need... I don't know how many. Actually, that was one too many, wasn't it? That's fine. We're making so much money at this point, it doesn't really matter. We can afford any ball we want. I really enjoy how fast we're making money now. What we're going to do is keep merging since we have the money for it. I want to see how expensive the balls get. What's beyond the light blue? I decided it'd be smart to merge all of our balls into whatever super balls. I got one up to $12 per hit. I'm not sure that's worth it though, because instead of that, we could have like 16 balls at $6 per hit. So I think more balls up to the $6 level is going to be the most efficient use of my fortune. So we know we're getting close when we turn our green balls into blue balls. Will $33,000 buy us enough balls? Did we break it already? Are we adding balls or not? Oh yeah, we are. The price just isn't going up. I was looking at this number, not this number. But that's good to note that there is a max price for balls. No, it actually went up again. It's just very slow at this point. I do think they're actually getting in each other's way at this point, so we definitely got to do some merging to try and remove the number of balls in action at any one time. Because efficient balls are happy balls. I can't decide yet if I'm satisfied with the rate that this number is going up. Plus, our balls keep leaving us. Which leads me to think that maybe our first one was the best, because I think it's got the most room, therefore it can have the most turtle pancakes, and therefore it can have the most balls and money. Let's add a few pads just to see if we can fill this thing out. Okay, that's max amount of pads, and there's a lot of them down there. I think that this one is actually better with less balls, but higher value balls, because we're actually touching a lot of surfaces up top that aren't worth anything. So I think we're actually going to make a lot more money off this. We just need to add a few balls to it. Luckily, we have $32,000 to spend, so let's get to work. Add a few balls. Do some merging, add a few balls, rinse, repeat. We're going to stop and take a look. We got a lot of $8 and $10 balls in there, so that means the money's going up rather nicely. So we'll do a bit of that. The merges are going to get expensive, so we need to be careful what we spend the merges on. We do have a bright pink ball in there. I think that's $12 maybe per bounce. The money's going up quickly. And we've officially made $100,000, which is $100,000 more than I ever thought I'd make off bouncy balls in a cage. So I'm going to spend about $50,000 adding new balls, and I'm going to spend $50,000 merging those balls. Look at all the green. The game is not loving this. I broke the sound again. The sound just doesn't work. Nothing works at this point. Okay, $50,000 on merges starting now. That's hopefully going to bring things up to a very valuable level. I want to be careful not to merge too many of the high value ones together because at some point this isn't worth it. We are up to about $1,000 per second though at this point, so I'm actually kind of happy with that. We'll let this run right here for a minute. Then again, at $1,000 per second, if I let that run for like 10 hours, we're going to have a really big number. Then we could buy stupid amounts of balls. So you know what? Let's see if that's going to work. I have a feeling things are going to kind of quit on me after a few hours, but you don't know if you don't try. It's been a while since I've set anything on fire. Well, here we are a long time later, and the game somehow actually survived. Curiously, we have 47,000, which equals 47 million, actually closer to $48 million. So the first thing we're going to do is merge all of the game might have broken. Oh, there it goes. It just took a second to catch up with itself. It might be a little leggy at this point. I'm scared to refresh it though, because I'm worried something's going to break and we're going to lose everything. But for now, I'm going to try and merge everything into the biggest ball we can make. There's definitely some $16 balls in there. The game should be happy at this point. There's less balls to manage. Although those might be max level balls. We're going to add a whole bunch more balls, and then we're going to merge those together as well to see what we can do. I also have an auto clicker just for occasions like this, so we can really spawn in a bunch of balls for a lot of money. It's going to be hard to spend $47 million. We're making money quite quickly too. There's a lot of balls in there. I don't know if the game is going to handle this for very long. It's just a wall of balls at this point, a wall of text and money. So let's go ahead and upgrade all of these together. We probably got like one max level ball out of that. That's better. Now we can see again. Every one of these red balls is worth 16 yellow balls though. But basically all I take away from that is we need a lot more yellow balls. They are up to a value of $5,500 each at this point. Even with an auto clicker, this is going to take a while. The game is starting to stutter. We've only spent like $4 million and the game's already struggling. We better merge some of these. So after merging those all together, we're definitely making a lot of money. We have a lot of expensive balls in there. And we're making many thousands of dollars every second at this point. But we've still got $43 million to spend. Someone's starting to give up. The auto clicker is supposed to go every millisecond, but it doesn't sound that quick anymore. We're getting closer to that 1 frame per 60 seconds mark, so I don't think the game is going to handle much more than this, but I'm pretty content with what we've accomplished. We're losing a lot of balls out the top as well anyways. So, on to the next stupid idea. We're about to use our incredible business skills to make a fortune selling paper clips. We currently have 1,000 inches of wire and $0 in available funds. We've officially made our first paper clip that sold for 25 cents. Public demand is still at 32%, so let's make another and another and another. I do note that as I'm making paper clips, we do have some unsold inventory, so they don't sell immediately. We're gonna make this many, so there's 15 in total that we've made. And with that, our business empire is rolling along. We have $3.75. Now we can raise or lower the price of clips. We're going to try raising that for a second up to 30 cents per clip. Public demand dropped a little bit, but I think if I can go as low as 20% before it's going to be a problem. That's based on absolutely nothing. And then we're back to making paper clips. Let's make another 15 at our new price to see if the public wants them. They maybe just sell a little bit slower, but if there's one thing I have, it's lots of time on my hands. One might even say too much time on my hands. Auto clippers are available for purchase. I see. Because I've made $5, I could buy the auto clippers for $5. So we'll buy that. And I assume they make paper clips by themselves. Yep, they sure do. So now we're producing paper clips without doing a single thing. But I can also make paper clips if I want to click. So we're going to boost this up to 100 before I let the auto thing take over again. I probably do need to be careful too, because our wire is finite. It will run out eventually, so if I don't have enough money to replace it, we can't make any more paper clips. Our money is going up. We have almost $6 to our name. We do have 115 unsold inventory. I think if I was to lower the price, they would probably sell quicker, but I need to maximize my profits right now. $6 is not enough for a yearly salary. We've just broken the $10 mark, so that means we could buy more auto clippers for sure. We can almost buy 2 of these at this point. We could buy 3. We have 3 auto clippers now, so we'll produce our paper clips even quicker. Our biggest bottleneck right now is selling them. We're not selling them very quickly. Perhaps if I use up all of the wire in the world, and then we'll have a giant stockpile of paper clips, and then we'll have a monopoly on the market. Then we can sell them for whatever price we want. We just gotta buy all the wire in the world. Speaking of wire, we're going through that very quickly, and it does cost $17 to replace. We do have 300 unsold paper clips, so we will make that money back eventually. Let's try lowering the price a little bit again to get public demand back up. Let's drop it actually down to 20 cents per paper clip. And that should make our money go up quicker. I don't know if it's actually going any quicker. I guess it is. It feels like it is. It's hard to say. But we're up to $13, so yeah, we're making it quicker now. 500 clips have been created in 8 minutes and 17 seconds. We could buy more wire. The cost of wire seems to be going down. Not entirely sure why. Maybe that just randomly fluctuates, so we'll keep an eye on that. Now it's gone up quite a bit again. Wow, did that ever go up? Okay, when it's down to $16 like this, I'm gonna buy it just because that seems like a good deal suddenly. So now it's $14, but it's not 25, so we'll consider that a good buy. So let's lower the price a little bit more since we're still producing wires quicker than we're selling them. We might as well. Maybe also going to buy another auto clipper so we can produce them even quicker. So we're at about 500 right now. We're still gaining, so we can actually lower the price a little more. 15 cents per paperclip. We're basically giving them away. We have the ability to buy more wire provided the price drops to $14 again. For now, we're just going to sit back and let the game do its own thing. I'm going to buy another maybe 2 auto clippers. We might as well. The faster we can produce, the more money we can make in theory. Actually, let's buy one more. So we're making 7 clips per second. We're still selling inventory not as quickly as we're producing clips, so we're okay. We've now produced 1,000 in only 10 minutes and 21 seconds. And I guess if we really get desperate, we could raise the price up probably quite a lot. They won't sell very quickly, but we'll make a lot of money for each and every one. How high are we allowed to put the price? There doesn't really seem to be a downside to raising the price other than it goes slower, but people I'm pretty sure are forced to buy whatever price we've got. So if we're selling them for $1.05 each, it's going to go slowly, but in theory we've got $1,000 sitting in our bank account. We're also going to wire quickly. I'm going to buy it $16 if we had $16, that is. Didn't realize how broke we were, but once we sell just a few paper clips at this point, we'll have the money for it. Okay, maybe people don't buy it if the price goes up too much. It doesn't state that anywhere, but I'm tired of waiting already, so we're going to go back down to a reasonable price. 20 cents per clip, $15 for more wire. Yes, that puts us back up to 1,200 inches, so we can produce a lot more clips. We already have 1,500 in our inventory. I guess our goal right now is to make $100 for marketing. Once we have the marketing going and out, we'll really make a lot of money. Every business thrives on good marketing. As I said that, I guess because we've completed 2,000 paper clips, we got computational resources. I definitely know what those are. +1 trust at 3,000 clips. So maybe we just need to make more? We can make more. That's fine. I've got $10 in the bank. We're pretty much rolling in money at this point. What we lack in real money, we make up for in paper clips. That's all that really matters in this world. We're gonna maybe buy more wire because it's a pretty good price. No, that we can't afford that. Auto clippers it is. We can apparently get Rev Tracker 500 OPS. Automatically calculates average revenue per second. Okay. Did that cost anything? What did I just do? Well, now we can see we're making 27 cents per second. So we can adjust our price if we want to see how that fluctuates to know where our sweet spot is. So if we lower the price, we get 33 cents per second. 38 cents, so lowering a price does help. Well, we make more money per second. And I guess since we're time limited, that makes the most sense for us. So 10-cent paper clips. We have $15 wire, so we're going to buy that. We're running low, so if we make that money back, we're definitely buying more $15 wire. I'm also going to adjust this a little more to see if we can get the revenue per second up or down. We're at 69 cents per second, lower. What happens if we go to 5 cents? Okay, we can get well over $1, so this will be okay. We're maybe going to buy more wire for only $16. For 700 OPS, I still don't know what OPS is. Operations? I guess that's just when we produce enough. I don't know. We click that. That's fine. Now we're producing even more clips per second. So if we drop our price to 1 cent, we're actually making, well, now it dropped again. We're up to like $8 per second, which is insane considering this. We're also selling faster than we're producing, so we might just have to raise the price a bit anyway because revenue per second won't matter if we don't have any clips to sell. Ooh, we have $16 marketing. I'm actually just going to go ahead and buy that. $16 wire rather, just so we can keep up on extra inches. Unlike in real life, we could buy real extra inches here. Okay, we're gonna get more auto clippers as well. We got lots of inches, so we might as well burn through them with extra production. I'm gonna raise the price for a second to try and build up a little bit of inventory. We don't need a ton, but we need to be producing faster than we're selling. We're also gonna get creativity, use idle operations to generate new problems and new solutions. Yeah, I was just thinking we needed new problems. I think I can also change my processors and memory. Increased operations per second. What does this one do? Max operations increased. Okay, I'm sure that will make more sense in a minute. I'm going to raise the price slightly to see if our revenue goes up. I should have paid attention to what it was before touching the button, but I can't help but touch things. Oh, I need to lower it. That's what I was doing wrong. We want to be over $1 per second preferably. And we seem to be at about balanced for production. Wire dropped to $17, $14. I'm going to buy 4 of those just so we have almost 5,000 inches to work with. Yeah, you know what? Let's buy one more. I'm also going to buy one more auto clippers for just about $10. That should put us up to 20 clips per second we're producing. Here's a good one, improved wire extrusion. 50% more wire from every spool. So instead of 1,000 inches, we're going to get 1,500 inches. Speaking of which, we got $15 wire, so we're going to buy a few strands of that. That added 3,000 inches for $30. And since we have a surplus of money right now, we are going to go ahead and buy marketing level 1. That's hopefully going to change something for us. Our revenue did go up by 25 cents. I guess because public demand may be raised, just as simple as that, for just a simple investment, so that was well worth it. I just bought an algorithm thing. There was an AI made of dust whose poetry gained its man's trust. I didn't really get a chance to read what it said because I accidentally clicked on it, but it's doing something good for us probably. I'm also going to lower the price a little bit. We're going to go down to 5 cents. Revenue should go up on that. We might be able to lower again. We're also going to buy a few spools of wire for $14. We'd be stupid not to. 18,500 inches. That just feels fun. Gonna raise prices 1 more cent again because our inventory, we're selling faster than we're producing. Lexical processing, gain ability to interpret and understand human language. I feel like we're creating some kind of AI suddenly. Anyways, I'm going to boost memory and processors again. Oh, OPS is operations per second. That's this number. I get it. So we're completing projects by OPS. Creativity is currently 10. Even better auto clippers. So, ooh, 50% increase. So we went from 20 to 28 clips per second. 28 per second is pretty good, but given that we're producing almost $2 per second now, whoops, we're going to go up in our auto clickers. We're now up to 23, so we're 40 clips per second. We got $15 wire again. Oh, I accidentally clicked on 20. That was so much profit lost. We can't be too hard on ourselves. We're going to buy more auto clippers times 2, so up to 43 per second. We're also going to buy more processors to get our operations number up because we're built at 3,000. Creativity is going up, which means for 25 creativity and 2,500 OPS, we could get marketing effectiveness increased by 50%, which is actually huge. $1.66 per second revenue. We click on that. $4 per second. So let's see if we can push our clips per second over 50. We're going to spend all of our money currently on that. 54 clips per second. I think I actually have to raise the price though because we're not building up a stockpile. We are selling our clips somehow faster than we're producing them. So apparently having the price lower, even though we're selling our stockpile, still gives more revenue per second. I don't know if that's like a true stat or not, but we're gonna believe it because it's probably smarter than I am. I guess it is just basing off the number sold per second, so it seems like a real stat. Whatever the case, we've sold up $200, so we're gonna get marketing level 2, so our revenue per second is gonna go up again. I think we're selling 100 clips per second at this point. Then we get combinatory harmonics. Daisy, give me your whatever +1 trust. That added up here so we can get extra processors, so we're producing something faster. Wire's only $15, so we're definitely gonna top ourselves up on that, up to about 20,000 inches. I've also added memory because I wanted more options here. We're also going to do this. 150 creativity is going to give +1 trust, which means I can produce stuff faster again, all the way up to 4,000. 75% more wire supply from every spool also. So we really could buy a $22 spool if we wanted to, and it would be worth our time. So at this point, I'm going to raise up the price. So it's up to, I don't know, 30 cents per clip. Let's go to right here, 29 cents, or 50% demand. I need to build up a stockpile. And to do that, we're going to keep a close eye on the price. We got one for $16. We're going to wait for the price to drop again. $17 is close enough for me, so $15, that's better. We can spend a whole bunch of our money. Actually, a lot of our money, but we have 50,000 inches of wire now. So at this point, we're only selling 2 clips per second, so we're producing way more than we're selling. But since we made $100 very quickly, let's buy some more auto clippers. We need more production. 60 clips every second. I'm also going to buy whatever this is, tubes within tubes within tubes. That's +1 trust, which means more processor here, which means faster numbers. And again, 250 creativity here is going to give us more processor. Actually, maybe we need more memory too, because that is increasing our operations. So we're producing this quickly, but we need to get this number up as well so we can buy more of this fun stuff, like double marketing effectiveness. Yes. So we just jumped up to 10 clips sold per second. So we just 5 times our selling capacity, even though the price didn't change. So our revenue went up to $3 per second, and we're still building a stockpile. And with our next $150 or so, we're going to buy more auto clippers. That's going to put our paperclip production up to almost 70 per second. We're also going to buy increase auto clipper performance by 75%. So that's going to actually be a giant increase to almost 100 clips per second. So with a few clicks on auto clippers at this point, we're going to push our way up to 100 even. And there it is, 100 clips every second. We now have 16,000 in unsold inventory. So now if we lower the price back down, we should be able to unload that inventory very, very quickly and make an absolute fortune in money. We'll go 4 cents per clip. Revenue is now up to $30 per second. The clips are winding down, but we're going to make a lot of money in a hurry. 10,000 clips, 9,000 clips. We've got almost $500 in the bank. There we go. The stockpile is diminishing quickly. If we lower the price, does the money go up again? It does. $40 per second. We're just going through our stockpile quicker, I think. Okay, we're going to put the price back up to 10 cents. Public demand is still 300%. And we're still actually building a stockpile at $10 per second. So we're going to go marketing up. We have almost $1,000 to our name, so we can afford better marketing. That means the numbers up here get even better. $12 per second. We're going through our stockpile though. We need to produce more per second, so we need as many of these as we can get. 122 clips being produced every second. We're about even with our stockpile, so this is sort of a nice balance. $12 per second. I've bought a few more clippers, but I've also lowered the price, so we're selling more. We're producing 150 per second. Sorry, we're selling 150 per second. We're producing 135, so we're slowly going through our stockpile. But if I click on this a few more times, we're going to close that gap. We clearly also need more memory here, so we'll have 6,000, which can afford at least some of these things. This will help increase auto clipper performance by 500%. So we're currently getting 140 per second. We click on that thing. We're up to 420 per second. So we can lower the price quite a bit to hopefully match about that income. 533. We'll keep it right here at 360 sold per second. We're still building a stockpile, but we're making $21 a second. On top of that, we can also increase our marketing for $800. So that's going to bump numbers further in our favor. We're selling 442 per second. So we actually need to raise the price again to balance that out. Wire is only $16, so I'm basically going to spend every cent I have buying wire for a minute because the price generally doesn't get better than that. 100,000 inches. So now we're selling between... We actually went through our stockpile. We're going to raise price just a little bit so our stockpile comes back. We're going to sell 320 per second, but we're going to make $22 per second also. We're also going to increase our memory, so now we can have up to 7,000 OPS, which is going to auto buy wire when we run out. We won't have control over the price of the wire, but we get so much money out of each dollar we spend on it, it doesn't really matter. Now, for every auto clipper we buy at this point, we get 420 to 427. So each one of these is 7 extra per second that we're producing. So we're going to spend some money on that. 460 per second. We've officially made $1,000 again, and we're getting quite a stockpile built up. So I think this is a pretty good time to go and have a coffee and come back to see some much bigger numbers. A few quick minutes later, we have $15,000 to our name. One thing we're going to do is increase our memory here a few times. That way we can go all the way up to 10,000. We've also produced almost 500,000 paper clips at this point, so that feels pretty good. Since we have the money for it, we're going to increase our marketing twice. Then we actually have algorithmic trading, develop an investment engine for generating funds. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and do a high risk because nothing ventured, nothing gained. We're going to invest. Okay. It didn't really ask us how much. It just went ahead and threw $11,000 in there. Great. In theory, given enough time, that will be worth enough money. You just don't sell when it's low. For now, we'll take our $500 and move on. I think this quickly turned into $20,000. It dropped to $17,000, but you can see the price is going to increase quite a bit for us. Look at that. It's basically doubled its price already. It's pretty much Wall Street bets. And like any good investment gambler, that means I could pretty much just ignore the actual money-making operation and just gamble my money away over here in investments. Next, I'm going to buy Hypno Harmonics for 7,500 OPS. Use neuro-resonant frequencies to influence consumer behavior. So public demand is up to 3,000%. So we could probably increase the price a little bit at this point because we don't need to sell 3,300 clips per second. That price needs to go up. Way up. 20 cents per clip. Now we're selling 1,500 per second. We're making $300 per second, so we need to produce more clips. I don't know how that's my takeaway from that, but that's what we're going with. Okay, we're still producing 500 and something, so we need to raise the price to get that to balance this number here. My investments over here have quickly made us, they're up to $30,000 now. I feel like I should just leave for now and come back to like $1 billion. Anyways, we're producing about as much as we're selling, and we're making $185 per second currently. We're going to buy some more auto clippers to try and bump that in the right direction. This jumped up to $50,000. I don't know if I should withdraw that or not. Is it going to crash again? I don't know how it works. We're going to take that for a second. Give me that 50 grand. It went up to 100 grand for a second. It's not really letting me withdraw. I don't really know how this works. Like any any good investment, it really is just like Wall Street bets. Can I have that money? Is that mine now? Yeah, there we go. We're up to $113,000. I'm going to use quantum computing to generate bonus OPS as well. Compute. Need photonic chips. Okay, that's fine. We got $120,000, so it doesn't really matter what we do anymore. We're going to increase marketing twice. That cost about $20,000, but we still have over $100,000. So we're going to buy more auto clippers. We want to... These are $5,000 each, so these are getting expensive. I need to raise the price to slow down our selling as well, because we're only producing about 700. So there we go. We're now producing a stockpile again, $230 a second. And because I just can't help myself, we're going to deposit $75,000 back into the investment thing because making money is too slow otherwise. I guess if we got a stockpile of 50,000 chips, we can lower the price a little bit to sell more of these quicker. We'll burn through our stockpile, but we'll also make a lot more revenue per second. I see my $75,000 investment is quickly dropped down to 50,000, but you know, we'll give it 10 years, it'll recover. Oh, there's the photonic chips we need for 10,000 OPS. So now we can do computing here, and yes, that. Whatever that means. I assume that helps this number get bigger quicker. Our investments are down to less than half of what we started with, $33,000. But to be fair, we made that money through investing anyway, so in my brain that doesn't even count. For $25,000, we're going to buy marketing level 10. So now we definitely need to raise the price to even the numbers out again. We're currently producing 680 clips and we're selling 660. So we're slowly making a stockpile. We're making $265 per second. Not actually sure what this is doing, but it's doing something. Yeah, see, now the more I click on it, the more this number goes up. 100% more wire from every spool. That's just more profit for us. And I guess we'll continue clicking on this to brute force this number bigger. So to get this number bigger, we just need to produce more clips. So auto clippers it is. Yeah, our stocks went from 75,000 to 7,000. It's 10 times less than where it started. So I'm going to go make a coffee and let this number recover. Hey, look at that. It actually worked. My investment turned into $110,000 now. Wow, up to $130,000. Maybe we should take that out right now. Now we're up to $250,000. I also clicked on this a bunch, hoping it would turn positive, but it didn't, so we're at minus 5,000 operations now. So every time I make a good choice, I ruin it somewhere else. We're going to increase the memory though to 11,000. We just need to get that number up. The most logical move at this point is to invest our almost $300,000 in high-risk stocks and, you know, let fate take it from here. It immediately dropped to $140,000, so it immediately halved its value, but you know what? That's fine. We won't panic yet. So for the next few minutes, I'm basically just slowly going to be buying more and more auto clippers because we just simply need to produce more and more clips while keeping an eye on the investments, because when it goes back into the positive, we'll keep an eye on it and sell out once we actually make a profit. That might take a while, but at least we could be productive in the meantime. And I've just now realized we can use quantum computing to actually push through our limit. So at least until now when we're going backwards, but that almost gave us the 12,000 we need here. Also, since we're producing so many clips, I've raised the price to $1 per clip. We're actually still selling quite a few. Revenue's gone down, but I want our stockpile to go up. Computed my way to a higher limit. Oh, it went away. I didn't realize I had to be quick. I could have generated Yomi, which upgrades my investment engine, which clearly needs some work. But I think I'm going to have my opportunity to do it again. Wait, there we go. Now we have a Yomi. I have no idea what this is. So we're just going to set that to random. And it's, I guess, going to run for 1000 OPS. I don't really know what that's supposed to do. On an unrelated note, there's 100 auto clippers, so we're producing a lot of clips per second. 750. Okay, whatever I just did, I ran this thing, we got 82 Yomi apparently. So for 1000, we can create a new tournament, random, run. We have 82, 218, so we can upgrade our investment engine. So we definitely need that. So I realized if I just hit run in the new tournament a bunch of times, the Yomi slowly goes up so we can increase our investment engine again. So it does seem to be coming back slowly, 185,000. So we're only down like 100 grand at this point. So aside from that, I'm just going to spend all my operations points here, just getting as much Yomi as I can so we can upgrade our investment thing again. We're just addicted to gambling at this point. I'm just trying to tilt it in my favor. I've collected enough Yomi to upgrade my investment engine again. The next one's going to be really expensive to do. I've also brute forced my OPS. Oh, I lost it again. I forgot that's a temporary. We're going to get 500 times more powerful than a standard auto clipper as soon as I can brute force this above 11,000 again. Although I was able to increase the memory, so now we can get up to 12,000 without having to overdo it, which will get us mega clippers in no time. So we're going from 750 paper clips per second to 750. Maybe I misread with that. Oh, mega clippers. Oh, okay. We got to buy them. They're $500 each. 750, 1250. We can buy a lot of these. Good thing we have some money in the bank. No thanks to our stupid investments. But other than that, we're now producing 9,000 clips per second. That means we could definitely lower the price. So we need to be selling a lot of these. So dropping the price to 10 cents, we're selling 4,600 clips per second. We're still producing double that. So we're going to go price down even more. We're producing 9,200. We're selling 8,300. So we're gaining about 1,000 per second, and we're also making $500 per second. Our investments are still at about less than 1/10 of their value, impressively. They'll recover in no time at all. We're also going to work on improving our investment computer once again. It's just going to take a while. I've run this program again so we can upgrade our investment engine again, which is really only very smallly pushing me into the positive. So I guess that's saying every time this ticks over, there is now a 0.54 chance that it's going to go into positive. So long term, we should come out on top. Just ignore this number for a second, but we leave this for long enough. In theory, we win. Speaking of which, we made back $100,000 while I was being addicted to gambling, so we're going to spend all of the money on more mega clippers. We'd be stupid not to. And after that, we're producing 22,000 clips per second, so we could definitely lower prices to hopefully sell even more. We could hardly even keep up at this point. We're making $553 per second. We're going to need better marketing, otherwise it's not really worth it anymore. We've made another $60,000. Our investment is down to a total of $2,000, so it lost 99% of its value. But we can increase our marketing to level 10. So we need to pay attention to the number of clips sold. We're going from 18,500 to 20,500. So that added a little over 10% value. With our leftover money, we're just going to produce even more clips. That nudged our numbers up to $617 per second. We've overdid our things, so we're going to increase Mega Clipper performance by an additional 50%. So we're now up to 32,000 clips per second. And for 15,000 OPS, we can convert electromagnetic waves into quantum operations. Not really sure what that means, but we'll take it. We're producing clips so fast now that we've already unlocked another memory spot here. We did have another spot here for a second. I think whatever we clicked on gave us another option here potentially. So definitely more mega clippers for us. They're getting very expensive, but they're making their money back in no time at all. I'm actually going to spend $12,000 to get that thing out of the way. Now at least we have a new option there for something new and fun. Plus with quantum computing, we can get a lot of extra QOPS, so we're up to 19,000. We've never had this much before. I'm pretty much going to have to take always choose option B. Let's hope that's something good. It's more expensive to do this, but I think we're going to get more Yomi every time. Whatever we're doing down here seems to work because we have 8,600 Yomi, so our investment engine is going up. Profit loss ratio 0.55, so the advantage is in our hands, believe it or not. And what I need now is $180,000 spent on mega clippers. That'll take us from production of 40,000 up to 46,000, so a 15% increase. And if we want, we can start to burn through our stockpile. We can make prices per clip 1 cent. That'll give us $730 per second, but we could turn it down to $650, which makes more sense in my brain. We're still making $660 per second, but we're increasing our stockpile of almost 5 million clips. Since our prices are as low as they could possibly go, I'm going to increase marketing anyway, just for fun, because we can sell even more clips that way. $812 per second. That's actually a really big increase to our revenue. And we got money left over, so more mega clippers again, which have been improved in the meantime, so we're up to 74,000 produced per second. And we can increase our memory again, so we can have 19,000 OPS at any one time. Quantum computing has pushed us way into overdrive. That means we got a whole bunch of different things going on. +1 trust. We want this one, because now we can pick greedy, the option with the highest potential payout. It costs 4,000 OPS every time we want to do that, but obviously I like gambling. And that seems to have worked. We gained 1,120 Yomi the first roll, which is a lot. We're also going to get this +1 trust, so we're going to boost our memory again. If I'm reading this correctly down below, cure for male pattern baldness +20. Do we just get +20 trust? That means we can boost our memory way up. We can even increase our processors a little bit while we're at it, but that's going to give me insane new options. Now we can hold it to 38,000. Our limit was just 20,000, and it took forever to get there. Cure for cancer. The trick is tricking cancer into curing itself +10 trust, which increases our limit again. We'll go only so high because we need our rate to increase as well. I also now have the option to convert electromagnetic waves into quantum operations, so that should make this number even bigger when we click on this button. And for some reason I can do that again, so now we're going to have even bigger numbers. And I just realized my investments, they finally turned a profit, 526,000, they're going up. They were down to like $700 at one point. I knew it was just a matter of waiting. So now that it's up in the $500,000 range, we're actually going to withdraw that real quick just to add to my current money. So now we have $1.2 million. With our last tournament win thing, we got 1950 Yomi, which is enough to increase our investment engine again. So now the profit loss ratio is 0.58, which is actually getting pretty good. And it's like they always say, the best way to make a lot of money is to take massive unnecessary financial risk. So I'm going to deposit $1.4 million into a high-risk investment strategy, and we'll just let this run for a bit. We've already lost lots of money. Boy, does that ever tick downwards quickly. But as we learned earlier, sometimes you just need to wait for a couple hours and it bounces right back. It bounced back up to $2 million very, very quickly, $2.2 million. So it has some pretty moody swings up and down, but it's obviously easy to make some money. You know what? Let's withdraw that for a sec at 2.5 million. Can I have my money now? Please let me have my money before it does anything crazy. 2.4 million. Then I'm going to spend 30,000 OPS and we're going to get even better quantum computing. So now there's much more potential to make OPS here. My lifetime investment income, 1.4 million. That's basically what we just made, I think. But we need more mega clippers since we have the money for it. We're also going to buy better marketing maybe, but we're going to go down to basically $1 million. It's actually going to be very close to $1 million. It'll tick back up there quickly. We're now producing almost 100,000 clips per second. And we're also making almost $8,000 per second. So we're making $1 million almost every 1,000 seconds. Now when I get all the quantum computing blocks going, I can make like tens of thousands of OPS off this. But also, since I've sold my investments, we made $130,000. Investing is just so much quicker. Let's just do that. $1.1 million invested. That'll be fine. It'll turn into $1 billion in no time. A little while later, our stocks have grown to $270 million, $280 million. So we'll let them run like this for a little while. But since we're here at $400 million now, we're going to spend our $1 million in real earnings on more mega clippers for more production. I went a little bit overboard with the waiting game, but on the bright side, we now have $141 billion. That's this many digits. We also have unsold inventory of 1.6 million paper clips, but that doesn't matter because again, we have $141 billion. So admittedly, the only thing I can think to do with that is spend that all on mega clippers using an auto clicker. And apparently we're not allowed to buy any more than that. Oh, we need to sell the investments. I forgot. We did spend a lot of money on mega clippers because we only have $500,000 left. Anyways, we're going to withdraw the investments. That's better available funds, just like my real bank account. So auto clicker onto mega clippers, away it goes. We're down to, wow, that actually went quite quick. 238 mega clippers now. I say it went quick, we literally stalled at $1 billion, just shy of it. We still have $1 billion, but we're also producing 330,000 clips per second. So that number's gone quite well. So aside from that, we can spend a whole bunch of money on marketing at this point, all the way up to level 24. Public demand is up to 110,000%. So we could probably raise the price a little bit and still sell quite a few paper clips. I'm just using an auto clicker at this point to raise the price. Public demand is still at 150%. So we can now sell individual paper clips for well over $12 and still sell a lot of them. And since we made hundreds of billions of dollars selling paper clips, I think it's safe to say we won the game. 1 click equals 1.1 points. Therefore 10 clicks equal 1 level up. At which point I have 3 choices to choose from. We're going to increase our clicking power to 1.11. Also shout out to Logan for this video. No further context needed. The next level up, increase clicks per second by 0.5. I don't know what it's at now, but it was presumably 0. Now at least we're making some income in the background. While we're at it, let's increase critical chance by 5%. We're now up to level 4. So far, not a very challenging game. We're mostly just getting upgrades. So our CPS is currently 0.5. We can basically double that with that. So now our background earnings are doubled. And anytime you can double anything, you should absolutely do it. Give a 35% chance of getting an uncommon card. Yes. We like those rare upgrades. And we got our first, I believe, uncommon upgrade. Increase clicks per second by 0.5. So that's a 50% increase again. So our background earnings are moving on along.
We don't have to do anything anymore if we don't want to.
But our clicking power is only doubled since we began, so we're going to have to give that a boost. Once we actually find it, we're going to increase our crit chance from 5 to 7%. Then we finally got our clicking power increase. We're going to go from 2.2 plus 5.5 to 7.7. We have an uncommon, automatically deals piercing damage towards the enemies. Yeah, I like that. So now enemies are going to start appearing now that we have weapons, but we're going to auto kill them. When leveling up, you have a chance to choose up to 4 cards. We have just a nebulous chance. I'm assuming that's a high enough chance that it's worthwhile. We're also maybe going to need more damage out of my throwing thing. But when leveling up, there's a 50% chance of giving one reroll. I need my stabby knife to get much more damage. That's making me nervous. We're going to double our clicking power now. So we're all the way up to 15.6, so we'll level up quicker. And we're going to need the help because enemies are going to spawn more and more. Automatically shoots at enemies, increases damage by 6.94. I think that means it has 6.94 damage, which is fine by me. Now we have 2 weapons that automatically fight for me. Increase click power by 11. Power is currently 16, so that's actually a really big increase. So we can level up quicker again. Level 15, now 16. We're going to regenerate HP. I'm not planning on getting hit, but we're also going to get a 25% chance of getting a rare card. We haven't gotten any rare cards yet. Now we have. Shoots at the touch of your click, increase damage by 5. Oh, okay, so I get to, yeah, this is going to be a good one. Look at all the damage going out. I feel like we're already unstoppable. Shoots at the touch of your clicks, increase damage by a little bit. We're going to increase our health regeneration instead. This thing's already doing so much damage, I feel like it's overpowered. And if it's not yet, we'll make it there. We're going to have our stabby thing increase its damage by almost 50% as well, because I feel like the enemies are only going to get stronger. We're on 2 threat currently, we got an achievement. We also got an upgrade to this card. Now when leveling up, you have a chance to choose from 5 cards. That's a good investment card. We're only level 21. And I don't know how far this can go, but we could probably break it. Remember how I was saying that 5 choices is a good investment? Then the game hands us 3 choices. I guess I do have 5 rerolls, but I should probably use that when I have more choices. We're going to increase our health by 50%. That's actually huge. Clicking power is going to go up again by a further 50%, so our leveling up is going to go quicker, and the more we click, the more damage we do. That's the best part of all of this. We're going to increase our health by 37.5. That's a further 50% increase, so we're way stronger than we were. We went from 50 to 112 HP. I wouldn't mind a rare weapon at this point. Then we're going to increase the 2 times chance of click power, only per button, by 5%. I don't know what that last part means. I'm not entirely sure that's grammatically correct. But I think it's saying we get a chance to double our clicking power down here so we get leveled up quicker. I don't love any of these. We did get a rare weapon, but the enemies have to get all the way to me for that to work. This is what we want. 50% chance of getting an epic card. So in 7 or 8 rolls, we should at least find one of those. Though I guess we get multiple choices per level up, so we'll see. It should be sooner than later. Okay, it can come very soon. We're going to increase our crit chance, I guess, by an extra 3%. That doesn't feel particularly good for an epic, but it is better than the other ones. And I'm completely desperate for any sort of upgrade, so I'll take anything. We're going to reroll there. We should reroll those. I want purple. Automatically fire volley at the enemy increases. Okay, we now have a purple weapon as well. We got more enemies, but we got more bullets going at the enemies, and that's just good for us. Some of them are getting pretty quick. This is a rare upgrade for our weapon, I think. Increases their damage by over 50% actually, so that's good. Hopefully nothing will get close. I need to stop touching those. Level 30, we're going to reroll. Actually, we need more clicking power at this point so we can level up again. We're already 25% of the way through the next level, but the way the enemies are coming at us, we just need constant upgrades because they're almost touching us at this point. We're going to push the shotgun thing's damage over 10. That's quite a big upgrade to it, and that was a bigger enemy for sure. We're on threat level 7. That's probably like 3 stars in Grand Theft Auto. Shoots at the touch of your click, increases damage by 1.39. So that's the main weapon that we're shooting. That's actually a big increase of damage because we can fire this thing fast. And if we get desperate, okay, well we got an epic upgrade for free, but our our epic clicking is quick. I guess we'll take another one of these. Our critical click chance is going to be 12.5%. But it's nice to know we can activate laser mode if we get really desperate, which eventually we will. There's a rare weapon, but I don't think I want it. Automatically shoots at enemies. That's a 50% increase for that, so actually we're going to take that. 50% extra is hugely big. And any upgrade that makes you say hugely big is well worth your time. We're going to reroll that. I'm looking for blues and purples mostly. There's another purple. Critical multiplier could go up, more crit damage. Yeah, why not? We're doing quite a few crits, and we got a lot of bullets going out, so extra crit damage is actually going to add up to a lot over the course of time. Clicking power seems to be falling behind again. Increase health regeneration by 1.75. That's actually a giant increase to that. We haven't taken damage yet, but it's only a matter of time, and then we'll be able to put that HP right back on and continue doing stupid things. The enemies are definitely actually getting to us now, so we need more damage everywhere. 7% chance of getting a legendary card. We need to be on the lookout for whatever this color is. I'm going to call it orangey peach, but it's probably not at all that. Okay, that thing hit us for quite a bit of damage, so we definitely need to get a legendary upgrade sooner than later. And then we need to figure out what's beyond legendary. Okay, we're going to increase clicking power by 22. I guess that's only a base level upgrade. We're taking a bit of damage here. Okay, we might have to activate laser mode for a second just to catch up. And then we're going to reroll, hoping for something that can save us again a little bit. We clearly need more damage. Automatically deals piercing damage. That's actually a big upgrade for the knife. I haven't really upgraded the guns in a while now that I think about it, so they might need just a little bit of help. because whatever we're doing now, we're staying ahead, but not by much. Can someone destroy that? Okay, yeah, I'll get it then. Okay, we are looking for legendary upgrades. I think that's a peachy orange, but now that I see it here, it's more of a peach. But that increases its damage by, yeah, almost 50% now, and it's already been upgraded several times. And that's hopefully going to fire a lot at close things, because that should destroy anything close by. And that's helping to keep the enemies back by a little ways. We're still kind of up against it here. Things are still getting to us. So we need more weapons, more damage, more both. Maybe it's time we go for some spikes. It'd be nice to have a better version of that. We have some rerolls, so we might as well use it. Well, we got another blue upgrade for our piercing knife, so we'll take that, given that it's rare, so therefore it's good. HP is dropping again. We're going to activate laser mode for a second. That's going to help gain us some confidence. Whoops. Well, that's the downside of using laser mode. It is auto-clicking after all. Okay, we're just going to increase our clicking power. Then we're going to laser mode again and just use an auto-clicker to completely obliterate the game at this point. There are epic clicking power upgrades. That gives us almost a 50% increase to clicking power, which is already going bananas because we're clicking once per millisecond. Okay, and then we found a legendary version of that upgrade, so we're going to get an extra 50. That's an extra 33% increase to what we're already at, so yeah, leveling up is going to come easier suddenly. And we upgraded our stabby knife thing. What's with all the damage readouts? Oh, that's our click readout. Of course it is. I've used up all of my rerolls, so we just need to upgrade something. These are actually pretty decent sized upgrades. So this one's an auto firer. We're going to help that. We're going to go without the auto clicker for a sec to see how that goes. Okay, we definitely need the auto clicker still. We need a lot of upgrades to catch up with ourselves. Whoops. Things are getting predictably chaotic already. And you know what? That's fine. We'll take that upgrade too. I need to be careful when we're getting close to here to stop and manually click it in. Our purple cannon is going up in damage. That's got to be doing a lot of things up close to us. We just need more damage for everything. And I really want to see if there's something beyond legendary. I really hope there is. It's always fun to find something stupidly overpowered. Okay, back to the auto clicker. Things are getting really, really dangerous now. We're getting like pink boxes we're fighting as well. There's an epic version of the gun I'm firing, so it's actually going to get a big increase of damage. Not that it needs it because it's absolutely rapid firing, but more damage is fun. Now if a boss shows up, we can make it disappear in the blink of an eye. Okay, I've really got to get better at using the auto clicker to not auto pick upgrades on our behalf, though that seems actually fair considering how bad we're abusing this game right now. More HP regeneration. Place a thorn randomly every 3 seconds. That's kind of interesting. We're going to try that. Does that just mean like out there in the world, or does that mean close to me? We're still finding new things, so we clearly haven't seen everything even of the rares, and we found a lot of rares so far. Increase a 2-time chance of click power, so we're going from about 6.8. It's about 10% at this point, so we have a 10% chance to get double click power, and that's what the orange readouts are in the center. The best strategy I've found so far is to do the worm maneuver. That way when we're firing at things, we just jiggle back and forth a little bit. That way we just take out absolutely everything in that general direction. I definitely got an achievement for something else. We need 208,000 points to level up at this point. I didn't realize how quickly we'd accelerated through this game. We're gonna reroll these. I don't want to waste too many rerolls when there's only 3 choices, but we'll take clicking power. Clicking power is still important given how many points we need to level up. Then it's easy to just obliterate everything. We'll reroll those. Come on, we got 5 choices. We gotta get something better. We'll get more damage for our thorn things. I'm pretty sure I just accidentally picked a legendary upgrade. I think it was supposed to be like the spikes that surround me. That way when things touch me, they get spiked really hard. It's a little bit hard to see because I have to click so much. Yeah, we got lots of spikes going on. So when things touch me, they should get real hurt. I'll be the one that does the touching here. Damn it, there was a legendary upgrade and I auto-clicked through it. Well, I have no one to blame but myself. That's what happens when you drink too much coffee. That also will not stop me from drinking even more. For now, we're just gonna spray and pray. It's kind of crazy because even with all this firing we're doing, the enemies are actually still managing to work their way pretty close to me because they're spawning so quick. As you're doing this, you are collecting coins so that if we restart this, we'll do a lot more damage again. We're on threat level 20 now, and it certainly feels like it. The enemies are so tough now. They survive for a second before dying. We're going to need a lot more damage. We are also getting a lot rarer upgrades these days too, so that's a nice bonus. Here's a really good upgrade. A legendary increase for the gun that we're firing. That gives me a 22.2% increase of pure damage. And this gun's obviously doing the bulk of our work at this point. At least I'm pretty sure it is. We got a lot of bullets going out there. But more bullets is good. Looks like we're just spraying water all over everything, really. We're just putting out fires everywhere we go. There's another achievement. We probably got a few of those because we're clicking a million times faster than what's humanly possible. Since we got 4 choices, we're going to reroll click power by 80, a legendary increase. That's good. That'll put us up to about 330, which means we'll level up again. The clicking level ups are getting slower and slower now. We got to get 625,000 points to level up. And then we just took a epic upgrade for the thumbtacks that pop down on the ground. They don't seem to last long, but that's probably a good thing. That means they're getting used by hitting enemies. Or we're clicking so impossibly fast that the game just gave up on us and said, you know what? You don't deserve upgrades anymore. You're clearly cheating. Crazy to think that without the auto clicker, we wouldn't have made it anywhere near this far already. These things would have destroyed us minutes ago. Even with the auto clicker going this fast, the enemies are still starting to swarm us. So I need a lot more damage for everything, but mainly my super water gun. It's currently the only weapon we have. Although the spinning knives and stuff that are close to me might actually be doing a lot to the enemies. Wow, we're almost dying. And I definitely missed that level up, but I didn't see a lot of good choices there anyway. Threat level 23. My HP is slowly recovering. We did take a lot of hits there, but times like that get a little sketchy when everything can come charging at us. If we had heal on hit or something, that would be lovely. It's also hard to time this now because this is such a small increment to try and move up in. Okay, we definitely need better than those. That's interesting. That's not good enough. Well, there's a pretty good upgrade for that cannon. That's long overdue for an upgrade anyway. If we can start getting more of those upgraded, actually, they'd be pretty big damage increases that'll really help us out. Because I feel like I have to aim at every single enemy. If they could take out even one or two, it's a lot easier for me. And I don't know if we should take more weapons or not. The problem might have been we took too many weapons. We didn't really upgrade some of them, so we just had a lot of enemies that weren't really being properly fought against. I've exhausted my rerolls, so we're going to take a giant increase to clicking power. Not exactly giant at this point, but big enough that it's hopefully going to make a difference. We're at threat level 24. We ourselves are level 77. We're starting to get overwhelmed. This is suddenly very, very hard. We got the level 25 threat, and suddenly, yeah, I can understand the level 25 threat. It's absolutely insane right now. Even with the crazy amount of damage we're doing, they're starting to overrun us. This will be okay, though. Everything's fine. I just need to put like 1,000,000 HP regeneration on with our next upgrade, and we'll be perfectly able to get through this. Never mind, we got a little bit destroyed, but I did get 63.75 coins, which then obviously magically becomes almost 130. But each one of those coins increases click damage by 1% and click power by 1% also, so we got 140% bonus to everything. So now when we click, instead of 1.1, we're getting 2.4. So we'll just increase our click power again, and we can level up very, very quickly to make it right back to where we were. That might also factor into the upgrades, because we're already at 15 click power, which means I can click that many times to level up, and then we get a giant upgrade again, so suddenly this is going to go bananas. 35% chance of getting an uncommon card, and moving on, then we get a little bit of crit chance. This is where we can start to bring in the enemies, so we'll have the one cannon that does a ton of damage to them. It's already doing 15, now 20 damage. That's going to destroy everything in its path. And we're going to have a chance of getting a reroll when leveling up, and then we're going to level up again. And we're going to bring back the cannon that shoots where I shoot. That's already doing a ton of damage, but already the enemies are getting one-shotted really easily. I think it makes sense to just add more weapons, because I think more enemies simply spawn as more threats appear. It's maybe not based on weapons, but I'm not entirely convinced to that. For now, we could probably upgrade our helper cannon by quite a lot. Our HP regeneration is definitely going to go up. So is our HP. We had 150 last time, which worked really well until it didn't. I felt like it just blinked away at that point. 25% chance of rare card. There's a big damage increase for us. That takes us from 7 to about 10 damage out of this thing, so I think we're already about where we were last time, and we were level like 1,000,000,000. Our one autocannon is now going to go up to almost 40 damage. If we can get that up to like 100 actually, it might be able to one-shot things even later on. It does appear that adding more weapons adds more enemies, because as soon as I added the purple cannon, we started getting the fast enemies. We're level 52. We're getting back to the point where I need to use the auto cannon again, just a bit to keep us safe. The one yellow cannon up here is doing a ton of damage, so it's almost keeping up, but not quite. But I also can't help myself. I'm going to add another weapon. This is its legendary upgrade initially, so that's going to do 19 damage. We place them so evenly around the circle. That's not going to annoy anyone at all. And I've been increasing my click power just a lot because I want to still level up. It's almost 1,000 already. So even at 259,000 HP to level up, or points, we can do it that quickly. Oh, and then our auto cannon can go up by a giant amount of damage still. So it might actually, yeah, it's still one-shotting a lot of these enemies even at this point. And with this, we're officially going to break 1,000 clicking power. So leveling up is going to be still relatively easy, even though we're at that level 18. I'm going to start adding more guns anyway. The more guns we have shooting, the better we're going to be. We have such a good base damage anyway that we just fire a volley of bullets from our wall of text and everything will melt. This is a new one. Apparently a basic level that we've never seen before, but crates are shrieking that bounces off the edge of the screen. I'll take that. That's just going to bounce around out there and do tons of damage randomly to any idiot it touches. Our weapons are actually almost keeping up even still. Click power can go up by almost 200 from a single legendary upgrade. I've developed a new technique where I just spin in circles and everything dies. This is much easier than me having to manually think and use my skills. Even some of our other guns now, by the time we're coming up to level 87, their damage is going over 70 themselves. And we finally got the Stabby Boy. It's a legendary upgrade, so 25 damage in the beginning. Look at all the weapons we're getting. We're actually pretty armed here. If I don't use my auto clicker, they might actually almost be able to keep up. No, not quite, but it's closer than you'd think considering where we're at. And we're at level 26, so we're past where we were last time we died. we got a lot more damage. Like at this point, it's easy. I just spin in circles and nothing can touch us. And it's just offering us more and more rare upgrades. We're going to take the legendary one here to get us an extra 224 clicking power. Getting close to 2,000 per click, but we also need 5 million to level up. And we've hit level 92 officially. We don't have any rerolls, but we can still add a lot of damage to our autocannon. We're coming up to the end of threat level 27, and enemies are definitely getting closer. Some of them are even managing to touch us at this point, and that's pretty insane considering our damage output. And the lack of good upgrades like this isn't helping much, although a 5 increase to this is actually a pretty big increase for it individually. Leveling up is getting painfully slow at this point. 3 plain upgrades? That's not good enough. The best we have is a rare for health, but we'll take that. That's still a 10% increase to our super cannon. But without that, we're absolutely a sitting duck. Look how quickly that happens. But all those coins give us a 300% boost, so were we to do this again, we would do massive progress in damage. But that's a story for next time. Today we're going to learn the difference between a $0 snow removal device, also known as a stick, and some very expensive heavy machinery, which probably does a lot better than my wood. But I believe in my little stick, so we're going to get out there and start plowing snow right away. Everybody already has so much cooler stuff than I do. All I have is a stick. I did this double my output though. If I go right between the panels, I can get 2 at a time. I believe I've spotted another person with a stick, so they understand my pain. I've traded in 200 of my hard-earned snow for a snow shovel, so at least we have a reasonably serious piece of equipment for this job now. And I now get 2 snowflakes, even 4 snowflakes per shovel. And once I grow up and get 3,000 snow, I can go that way and go hang out with the bigger kids. Gathering 2 to 4 snow at a time is not that bad. I've done far more wasteful things with my precious energy. And if we really want some excitement, every once in a while we find a pile of snow that I think gives me a bonus. And now that we've gotten 500 snow, we can get a water gun, which is obviously even better for moving snow. And it's just as cool looking as you'd think. But I seem to be taking out a much bigger area around me now. We're getting 2 to 4 snow per panel, but we're taking out a lot more panels. I already forgot how many I needed for the next thing, but I'm just enjoying diving in the snow. You can't tell me this doesn't look like a lot of fun. At least 4 panels wide like a true champion. We've quickly got $1,000. Now we can get a push plow, which sounds like a made up thing. And it's basically a tube on wheels, and that's convenient. So I think it's probably going to get us, yeah, a lot more snow. We're now getting between 4 and 8 snows per panel, which is more snow than I thought I would be shoveling today. But I'm naturally very excited for the next upgrade because we should be getting this much snow but on more panels, so we'll be rich. To make sure we're done this by the end of the week, I bought double walk speed, but I somehow don't feel like I'm walking twice as fast. So I've restarted the game, and now I do feel like I'm moving way more than twice as fast. The game just can't decide what it wants to do for us. So I think it's safe to say we're probably going to be able to plow a lot of snow no matter what we do at this rate, because we got like 2 times speed. The next tool involved naturally is a flamethrower. Fire plus snow equals water, so I guess we're a water collector at this point. So now we're just going to pour fire on all of our problems, and this is going to move a lot of snow. This is kind of melting snow so fast that we might actually run out of snow to farm and have to wait for it to respawn. It took us about 30 seconds to make another 2,000 snow. We paid 2,500 for the flamethrower to begin with. And we've hit 3,000 snow, so that should mean we can go this way. I don't know if that permanently stays open or not, but now we're getting double snow, so we're getting between 6 and 12 per panel. And there's a lot of these snow drifts out here, and I have to assume that means extra snow for us. But then we can get right to the snowblower for $4,000. That comes easy. This seems to make a lot of sense. Now we're getting between 12 and 24 snows per panel, so we just gotta run around the woods like a psychopath, and before you know it, we'll have enough for the next tool. I feel like if we get anything else that can increase our speed, we're gonna break the game simply because we're moving too fast and doing too much. We need 25,000 snow to go up there to the big blowy boys. So the next tool we need to unlock is the magic wand, but that costs $50,000. We're only a tenth of the way there. Vehicles, however, we can get the snowmobile quite easily, 7,500. So if the snow ever wants to regenerate, we'll be able to get there in no time at all. And I do have to stay in this area over here to get the doubling effect. I hoped I could go back to the original area. There is some snow out amongst the trees, but this is very slow to harvest. Okay, we got a lot more snow than I realized, so we're going to spend $10,000 on a snowmobile. We're going to spawn that in. I don't know if that pairs with our tool or not. And just like that, we have a snowmobile. We're moving quick and we can't turn. Okay, this actually turns like a snowmobile. What's happening? Why is it going sideways? It's kind of just driving wherever it wants to. This is really convenient. We're gonna get a lot of snow using this wonderful machine. It is faster than walking normally, but I have extra walking speed, so this is actually a lot slower. And we're just getting less snow in general, so I gotta go back to our tool. Apparently the snowblower is also still equipped, so we're just gonna unequip the vehicle then, because this doesn't work. No snowmobile could ever possibly compare to our mighty legs. Look at this poor soul, walking along using regular speed. We'll go ahead and just zoom on past him. We do have enough for the next vehicle, which is a gator. Let's spawn that in for $10,000. I might regret this. All-terrain snow destroyer. Let's see if that actually holds true for one of these. I was wondering where it was because I didn't initially see it, and then I realized they decided to park it over here where it's very convenient for me. So far it does drive a lot better than a snowmobile. It's still not great, but it is quite quick. I still think we're better off just with our tool, but for the sake of something different, we'll cruise around in circles on this for a minute. I still feel like we're not getting nearly enough production out of this. If we're just running around with our snowblower, we move basically as fast, but we get double the amount of snow. I'm so good at shoveling snow that we're actually running out again. Like, there's hardly any snow anywhere for me to get. Pretty sure that's a flying saucer. That's probably pretty good at removing snow. I forgot that there is pets, so we're gonna buy a few pets that can hopefully help us out. So far we got a common dog, and I'll take anything at this point because I'm desperate. A rare bunny. We'll equip those and see what kind of difference they make. Apparently I can get one more, so we're gonna get one more. We'll spend $1,000 on this one to get a polka dot egg. It is Easter after all, and I'm a child. So that's increased the amount of snow we got by quite a bit, especially when we move over here. We're getting 24 or 48 per cluster. So it's probably worth getting as many pets as we possibly can, because those are going to make a huge difference for us as well. We've gathered up over 30,000 snow, so that means we can go up here to get even more. We're getting 36 and 72. We can also buy gold pets here. Spoiler alert, we definitely can't afford any gold pets. But we will enjoy this very valuable snow. When you go beyond there, we're going to get 4 times snow, but we definitely can't afford that. What we can afford is a Tahoe V. We're getting 18 and 36 snow out of this. We might be plowing a bigger area, but it's so hard to control. I don't know if it's worth it. We're going to make a lot of snow no matter what we do. But there's also this cool jump over here, so we'll try and hit this and see what happens. And we rolled over and died. Now I don't know what to do with it. Never mind, it's one of those self-leveling trucks, so put itself right side up again. I guess we can just go down back and forth plowing out a gigantic area like this. That should add up to some snow. Yeah, this feels pretty efficient because we can go all the way up here. This snow seems to respond fairly quickly. And we go around and then straight back down. But since we're over here, we need to buy some new pets. $5,000 pets are probably worth it if they're going to multiply a lot. Common chicken, plus a common deer, plus whatever this last one is. We've got 2 chickens, 1 deer, and a rare elephant. So our best run before I had a 1.5 times multiplier. Our best now is a 3.5. It auto-equips the best. So now even in area 2, we're going to be getting 84 or 168 snow per brick. But we didn't buy this vehicle for no reason. We're going to sit in here where it's warm and cozy. The pets can sit outside getting me a multiplier. I'm just going to drive around like a madman. I just realized we're up to 80,000 snow, so we can get the magic wand, which is obviously much better for snow. So the magic wand basically means we can cast an AoE effect on the ground that destroys all the snow. It's also getting us like 300 per cluster, 168, 504. So this is also quite efficient. This one's actually wide enough that we can go down the path and clear the whole thing. We're already up over 100,000 snow. And I did notice when I despawned my last vehicle that we can buy this snowplow for 65,000. I like how it forces us to play hide and seek every time we spawn it in because it puts it somewhere absolutely absurd. Okay, I found it this time. This is a much bigger snowplow. Hopefully it gets a big multiplier on its numbers. We'll find out very soon. Okay, it's 14 or 21. It's just sort of mining a lot of it. The magic wand is still faster, just based on how much snow it's giving us. We could plow this whole thing and look at the numbers going up. We're making thousands per second. Big tractor. Farmer's tractor with large plow. Eventually one of these vehicles has got to be worth my time. So this has got a snowplow following behind us as well. That's got to collect a lot of snow. The numbers are actually getting better. 42 per parcel, and where this is going to go, it actually steers really nicely too. The vehicles might be better in wide open spaces though, where things like the wand you can just kind of take anywhere. And then that's okay. We're just going to go ahead and plow the trees and everything while we're at it. It's crazy because the wand is still faster, and the wand only costs 50,000, whereas this costs 80. And I've immediately got it stuck against a tree. And then apparently I broke it. It doesn't want to go anymore. Well, I paid for super movement speed, so we're going to use super movement speed. We're going to use the magic wand to move a whole bunch of snow. As I came over here, I realized that we've broken through the barrier here because we have over 300,000 snow. Look at all that. To celebrate, we're going to buy ourselves a wheel loader, blow the snow into people's houses for $200,000. I've never been so happy to drive a snowplow in all of my life. That's getting us a lot per block, and we have a big wide path, plus this thing moves. And these are nice big open swaths, so we can crash into things, turn it around, and go back the other way. Yeah, we're working the driving later, but for now, we're going to get a lot of snow off of this, especially because we have such a big multiplier over here. Next, I need to blow $1 million of snow into those people's houses. We're on our way to the big city. The grader is also only $300,000, and I can't help myself, so we're going to buy that. So far, I can tell that the problem with the grader is that it drives like a grader. It's really good at getting a big wide line straight in a row, but when you have to turn it around, suddenly you can't really do that. You're committed to just going in one direction, really. I might be able to turn around here, but even then, as you can see, it's a little wide. But it is able to gather up some snow when it does get going. And I got it stuck on those things right away. Our magic wand over here also does a number on the snow. I think all I've concluded so far is that we need better pets. This one only costs $175,000, so we'll buy one of those. And with that, we got the golden snow cat. So now some of that snow we're removing is worth well over 1,000. I just got to figure out where I'm going. I've basically done a single lap around this and I'm up to almost 500,000 snow, so it really doesn't take any time at all with these pets and this wand. After finishing off this row, we have officially just over 1 million snow. And that means we can continue on a rampage through this residential neighborhood where we're getting even bigger multipliers. We're getting up to 2,200 per swath and the streets are very wide, which might be perfect for flying my alien saucer around. Luckily, it's obscenely hard to drive as well. Yeah, I think I'm getting the hang of it now, though. I have no idea how I got up here or what to do with this, but we're able to laser all the snow down below. It is pretty great in the sense that, like, I can go over top of the houses so I don't crash into things anymore, and I could just perpetually go around in big circles. And these people probably feel very safe knowing that there's an alien ship plowing their snow on their behalf. To open up the big area with new colorful stuff, we need 10 million snow, so we're actually already 10% of the way there. We're now up to 2.5 million snow. I wanted to come back here to see what kind of new pets we could get. We can keep going up higher in this. Okay, we could buy a pet for 1.5 million. Hopefully we get something extraordinarily rare because that would help our snow plowing numbers immensely. We got a rare monkey. That's got a 16 times multiplier, so that's going to replace a 2 times multiplier. Every piece of snow we're touching in here is up to 6,000. They're all over 1,000, so those numbers are going up quick. We've already made another million. I think the wand is somehow still the best. There's 2 million. And by the time we're all the way back, we could afford a 3 million pet. Come on, rare one. Oh, wait, we don't want to filter that out. We want to get it. Are we lucky? We are not at all lucky. Golden swamp dog. Well, it does have a multiplier of 20 at least, so that's going to replace a multiplier of 2.5, so the numbers go up. I've also realized that I could buy more pet slot equips, so now we can hold up to 18. So we don't have to replace them anymore. They're all just going to stack up. So we have a pet multiplier of 50. I'm going to have a whole army of multiplying pets around me. In fact, we already have one. But look at all the money we're making. We're back up to 1.5 million. And now that we're in here, we're getting up to 8,000 per piece of snow. 10,000. Also in the menu, I noticed there's a very compact squished bulldozer. So I feel like that might be good for something. It's probably not very quick, but we're getting up to like 40,000 snow, and it actually maneuvers fairly well. So this is probably going to be our new favorite tool for gathering snow, because look at those numbers going up. We're up to 5 million already. I should have just paid to win from the beginning. It's always just so much easier. And we're going 4 lanes wide on this one. We're well over 10 million, so that means we get to bust into that area. And we get 6 times snow from in here, so we're going to get a lot of 40,000 multipliers and new, more expensive pets for 50 million. And to go into the next area over there, looks like we need 250 million. How do I get out of this? Okay, we're going to buy a pet here for... I can't see how much that is. I think it was 12.5. Whatever it was, we could afford it. Golden panda. That's got a 26 times multiplier, and that just adds on to our list of all the pets. So let's get back to plowing again. 50,000 per block, and we're plowing all of these blocks. The numbers are going to get so big so fast. And these areas are so nice and big, it's like they're made for machinery. I'm legitimately enjoying this way more than I should be, but we've saved up 78 million snows. We can currently equip 6 more pets, so I'm tempted to do 6 of these, or 5 of these and 1 of that. We're probably better off to roll the 12.5 one 5-6 times and then hopefully get a rare pet out of this, and then our snow recovery is even stronger, so we can roll that into better pets anyway. We didn't get anything past rare, but our current multiplier is 75 times. If I equip the remaining pets, that goes up to 234 times, so we're doing a little better. So now we're making up to 170,000 snow per parcel. So we're going to rake in the millions quite quickly. But we're running out of snow in this oval, so we're going to go back to the previous area where we still get a really good multiplier, and there's just tons of snow in this area. If I do the whole thing, I'll get like 100 bazillion snow. And back into the high value oval, it does respawn quite fast. And we quickly saved up 300 million snow, so now we can go in here, where there's a tunnel and a teleporter, which apparently takes us straight to the moon, obviously where the best snow of all is. And there's a $500 million pet. It's always been a dream of mine to snowplow on the moon, so we're going to enjoy that for a little bit. We're definitely definitely getting many hundreds of thousands per thing, and there's an edge here we don't want to hit. I like how in this game, those just sneak up out of nowhere. You'll be cruising along enjoying yourself, and then suddenly you're stuck, and it takes 10 minutes to maneuver your enormous machine back into place. Okay, the moon snow isn't nearly as good as you'd think because it runs out quickly and then we hit a bunch of invisible barriers. I gotta go back to the other area. 500 million snows later, we can get the pet. Hopefully we get a very rare one because for the price we're paying, this has gotta be good to be justified. Galaxy Panda. I mean, I guess it does have a 60 times multiplier. That's double my current best one, and it's going to replace a very basic one. So 234 times multiplier, that's going to go way up. 292 times multiplier for a single pet. Even using just the magic wand here, we make so much. We get such a big swath. The magic wand might still be the best. Whatever the case, I feel like we've won the snow plowing, whatever this is. This is going to get really satisfying really fast. Because today we're going to be cutting grass with the only diesel V8 powered lawnmower in existence. All we gotta do is walk it over to the grass and start mowing. I think we get extra points for the flowers. I feel like I'm actually really content with the game just as it is right now. But since our incredible diesel lawnmower can only hold up to 185 grass clippings, we will teleport to the shop and sell it all. That gave us about 4 grand, which means we can buy a brighter red lawnmower, which is very basic. Original lawnmower was +1 leaves, this one is +8 leaves, even though we're cutting grass. And with our remaining money, we can upgrade everything. Our bag, our speed, and our range. Now we're getting somewhere. So it'll hopefully cut a bigger swath out of the grass, giving us more grass per area, and we can hold up to 2600. They're clearly doing a lot to water the grass because it grows back very quickly. And there's so many other dome worlds we need to get to. We're going to be a grass clipping god by the time we're done. The bag is once again full, we're going to sell. That time it gave us $55,000. This is escalating as quickly as a real grass cutting business. It seems like it's basically forcing you to buy the very next lawnmower, which is only $13,000. But there's a skip tier button, but that costs money to do. I decided we should try it because I realized we've got a lot of lawnmowers and stuff to get through. Like, that's some kind of lightsaber chainsaw. I can't even imagine how that's a pitchfork. We've got a lot of different weapons to try. Long story short, we're going to settle for the T4 advanced mower for $32,000. That's a +21 leafer. Upgrades have really quickly jumped up to $13,000 each, so we'll take a little bit of speed and a little bit of range. Or maybe just a little of speed because I can't do math. But for now, we're going to get out there and see where the blue door takes us. I didn't think that was actually going to take us somewhere, but here we are. We're going to mow our grass in the dark like a normal person. I don't know about this place. I don't trust that guy. But I think this is where we're supposed to combine something, apparently pets, to make a better pet. My bag filled up actually really quickly, so we can already unload for more profit. So we'll take more range, a bigger bag so it doesn't fill up so quickly, and maybe a bigger bag again. Now we can hold 14,000 grass clippings on there. This is actually getting bigger really quickly, and we're going to fill this bag up quite fast. I want to be going along and like see a path of destruction behind me where there's no grass anywhere in the world. I think this new wiggly technique actually works a lot better because we can cut a giant swath side to side that's going to fill up our bag all the quicker. It also seems that the red flowers here are worth more. They're worth 5 each. And I don't know what that thing is, but we can't seem to interact with it. Bag's full, this should be worth a lot. $293,000. But for $25,000, I can actually buy my first pet, so I'm going to get one of those. It's a basic grass slime, but he tries really hard. He's going to give me a 1.2 times multiplier to my grass. Alright, then our next lawnmower is an orange one for a 69.9 thousand. That's going to upgrade our grass from 21 to 32. And that still leaves me with $206,000, so we're definitely due for some upgrades. We're going to get tier 4 speed and tier 4 range. I think I want more speed again for 70 grand. Then we can afford one more upgrade, so we're going to take a little more range to fill up that backpack. Now we're mowing a bigger swath than ever. I feel like it's been a few seconds and we've already farmed up another 4,000 grass. The pet multiplier probably helps a great deal. I don't know where he is currently, but I probably ran him over already. That took like 60 seconds seriously to fill up the bag, so I like where this is going. I bought another pet for $25,000. We'll go ahead and equip this one as well for an even bigger bonus. Our bag definitely needs to get bigger, and so does our speed again. I don't think I needed to buy a new lawnmower just yet because we'll fill up this bag of 30,000 still very quickly. And I think with my new pet, we also get more money every time we sell, so that's not going to hurt one little bit. The bag is already full, and I basically mowed from there to here. $650,000. We're soon to be a millionaire. We're going to upgrade to a 44 leaf guy. While we're at it, we'll go all the way up to this glowing lawnmower for 59 leaves. Since I saved up 250 flowers, I got one of the water gachapons, which gave me a sea slime, which might actually be one of the rare ones. That gets me a 1.65.0000, lots of zeros, 1 times grass multiplier. And we only had a 1 in 5 chance of finding the one with the mohawk. So now we're making almost 10,000 grass per second, really. Like the bag's already full and I walked 10 meters. And that officially gave us over $1 million. So we can now get a lawnmower with speed wings. But we're going to go right past that to the racing mower. That one's got an engine hoist on it. I need one of these lawnmowers in real life for my yard. I'd look so much cooler if I had one. This is so stupid. Like, we're already full. We walked that far. So we're probably going to need a bigger bag times 2. You know what? Let's do times 3. That way every time we sell, we get a giant upgrade of cash. Now I need 115,000 grasses to fill the bag, but we've already made 15. This took a little bit longer, but we made a lot more money, almost $3 million. I think the obviously next step is to buy another pet. I in fact bought 2 because we can equip 5 at a time. So we're going to equip this little guy for a bigger multiplier for everything. And this one's a rarer one with an even bigger multiplier. Plus they can level up themselves as they get experience, so they'll only get better. So after buying several more pets, we still have $2.81 million left over, so we need to buy an even cooler jet mower for almost $1 million by itself. Then we can get some more upgrades. The range needs to go up. The bigger that is, the more grass we're going to cut all at once. So that's going to go all the way up to $500,000 worth, and then the speed is also going to join it. I think range and speed both have a pretty good boost on how much grass we cut quickly, so we'll just take more range. This is a lawnmower, and it's definitely going quick. We've already mowed, well, 50,000 grass already, so this is getting big. Yeah, we didn't have to go far at all to fill up this bag, so we need a bigger bag. Luckily, we have $3 million. They really only can buy a few upgrades, though, because they're up to almost $1 million each at this point. So now our grass bag can hold 330,000 grasses, which we're still going to fill up really, really quickly, which is a good problem to have. Pretty soon, my lawnmower is going to be so powerful that once I pull it out, it's going to be mowing the grass on other planets. This is full. That's worth almost $10 million. Move on to the angelic mower, and we'll maybe go past that to the cursed mower. That costs almost $2 million. Well, let's just upgrade them all, honestly. This seems perfectly normal for a lawnmower. Our bag size is almost $500,000, but we're going to fill that up in very fast time. Like, I've walked a couple feet into the grass and the bag's already 60% full. $12.2 million. I also decided to buy a whole bunch of pets to hopefully get 5 in a row. It took me a while, but now I've got 5 green ones that I can openly mash into one big green one. So if we add 5 matching pets, one of these is actually quite leveled up, but we can evolve this one into a 1-star slime. So it would take 25 basic green slimes to make a new one. But this evolved one is actually really good because it gives me a 4.4 times grass multiplier, 2.4 times money. And they do have a variety of different kinds of slimes now, so I can pick and choose what ones I want, and some of them actually have a really big effect on things. Like the hibiscus slime is rich, so it gives me a 3.3 times money multiplier. This blossom slime actually gives me a 1.4 times leaf and 3 times money, so it's also going to be equipped. Now I'm going to upgrade everything. That cost a lot of money, but we're going to be much, much stronger. So as we're going along now, we've now already harvested 100,000 grasses. But our bag can hold 750,000, so it'll take a second to get there. But once we do, we're going to be in good hands. And with our new money multipliers, that's going to be worth more than ever before. Time for an upgrade. We're already into leaf blowers, a basic blower. I didn't know your mom was in this game. And there's a better blower. Never mind. We're going to skip through a few of these. The advanced blower up to an orange expert blower, 328 leaves. And whatever upgrades we can afford. Looks like they all got a bump. Now we have a leaf blower that blows bubbles all over things. This is going to be great for cutting grass. Look how fast we're getting too. We're zooming around here. We're also making a mockery of the grass, of Mother Earth itself. I filled up 1 million grass in like seconds, so we'll sell that for 30 million and do it all again. I've realized now I can just hit the buy all button and it will take us to the best available blower, which is the racing blower. 574 leaves. Now we can race around with fireball hands, absolutely destroying the grass. So $31 million later, and we can really only buy a few new blowers. We're up to like a swan one. 3 million grasses. We give it 3 million grasses in here. That's still going to go up quickly. It's already 25% of the way full. Plus I get to fly my airplane around the grass, so it's a double fun adventure. That much grass is worth 90 million. We're making so much money of cutting grass today. I'm going to do the same thing to the bag, get as many upgrades as I can into that because it's still filling up super quick. And then we can go around and do it all again. I've just made a realization that this yellow portal probably goes to that yellow portal. It is a desert over there, not exactly known for their high volumes of grass, but we're going to explore it anyway, just for something different to look at. It's lonely over here, but there are a lot of flowers, and flowers do turn into pets. So we'll unload here, $202 million for that, and there's different types of pets here. These ones take a lot more flowers to unlock, but they look a lot more fun. I bet they're very strong. And according to this thing at the bottom, this says 1.3 times for the map. I assume this refers to the area. I don't entirely know what that means. But I'm not really here to think. I'm here to cut grass and hit the upgrade button a bunch. I didn't actually get my bag entirely full there, but I'll still take the $200 million and I'm going back to where the upgrades live. One more bag full here, another $200 million. That puts us up to $624 million in the bank. And I'm going to buy a bunch of bigger bags still. Starting to cost $60 million each. Let's hit the upgrade all button, and that gave us everything we could afford. So now our grass bag can hold 11.5 million grasses suddenly, and we are flying around destroying the environment.
I am global warming.
We already harvested 7 million grasses. This bag is going quick, but we are absolutely destroying everything. I decided to try the other portal, and it took me to Christmas Land, where we're just going to go ahead and sell. This one says 1.8 times. I don't know. That's got to be some kind of multiplier for presumably everything. Anyways, our 12 million grasses is going to give us another 400 million. And the Frozens, we can open these for 500 flowers, so we're going to do just that. Just kidding. I seem to have broken it for now, so we'll buy a new pet later. For now, we're going to enjoy this snowy grass. While I was trying to get the pet thing to work, we made well over $1 billion. We're one of the many billionaire grass cutters in existence. Every time we sell now, it's worth $400 million. Anyways, back at home base, it's time to upgrade our mowers. We have a new one coming up soon, so we're going to go from the curse blower to whatever this one is, a basic trimmer. Then we're going to hit buy all with $2.2 billion, which brings us all the way up to the expert scythe, tier 38. That harvests 11,000 grass at a time, and we'll see if we can actually afford any more upgrades, which we actually can. Upgrade all. Turns out that it's a diesel-powered scythe as well, and yeah, now we're mining a wide berth of grass. That was worth $500 million, so to make $500 million before the grass even grows back, it takes us about this long. I should really just be harvesting the grass behind the grass sell place because it can go just that quickly. The grass won't grow back in time is the only problem. Another problem is we need just everything better. Upgrade all. So the grass bag is 52 million, but again, that's already 1/4 of the way full. Now we're selling for $2 billion per load. Working our way down because it's going to take a while to get to where we're going. We got a racing scythe. With the leftover money, upgrade all. Alright, the bag's up to 52 million grasses, but it's actually already full. Again. His arms seem to be having a bit of an issue wielding a scythe. A few quick grass safaris later, and we've got about $10 billion to spend. And I'm going to spend that just on straight upgrades this time without upgrading the mower that took from tier 34 to tier 40. So the bag can hold 211 million grasses, and we're just moving faster than ever, cutting a giant swath, picking flowers on the fly. So now when we sell $7.3 billion, so it took us like 5 loads before, it took us about 1. It also turns out that I have a ranch over here that I think I could put some of my pets into and they'll like do the work for me. It doesn't seem to be working super well right now. I'm doing my best to add things to it, and that's going to have to be good enough for me. I'm pretty sure that's going to help upgrade these two so I could stop by once in a while and pick their flowers. For now, I'm going to spend $7.4 billion on more mowers. We're going to get a cursed scythe. This one has wings. And then a further $10 billion on upgrades, tier 40 to 42.5. Then we're cutting the grass just about for the whole screen's worth of things. And we're up to tier 44 already. I didn't realize how high we got. We can almost get 500 million grasses in the bag at one time as well. So that feels right. That's got to be worth 15 billion. So we can make $15 billion in definitely less than 30 seconds, which means we need more upgrades from tier 42 to 46. That also about doubled our bag size, so we can hold about 1 billion grasses in our bag at this point. And we got $32 billion to unload that again, so let's do that one more time. Our grass bag is 1.5 billion in size, $53 billion, and if I apply that to mowers, it'll go from a tier 45 scythe all the way up to a tier 52 turbo snowblower, so we're using snowblowers to cut our grass at this point. But that also takes us from about 50,000 grass clipping till 221,000. And that's with $10 billion left over for a single bag upgrade. And the new mowers also make us a lot quicker. Now we can fly through this, and there's 1 billion grass cut already. That took us like 4 seconds to get 2 billion grass, which is worth $68 billion, so let's do it again. There's another whatever, so we're at a lot of money, so we're just going to once again buy our way up. We've moved on to a basic chainsaw that harvests 700,000 grass. Correction, we're about to buy that. We've got a little bit more to go, so we still got to use whatever this mower is, the demon snowblower. But it's much quicker again. I basically look at the grass, and I think we have enough to buy this already. Bet you didn't know the ultimate grass cutter was a chainsaw. And I bet that's going to fill up the bag that quickly. So that's definitely some very, very easy money. Which means we can upgrade everything a whole bunch of times, tier 52. My idiot is up to tier 57 himself, so he's getting up there quickly. There's 5 billion grasses just like that. The grass we just sold, we took 30 seconds to do, was worth 1/5 of $1 trillion. we're gonna need more zeros. But there's 3 billion, there's 4 billion, and there's 5 billion. Lawnmowers are going to be costing well over $100 billion at this point, but we have a blue chainsaw now, 1.63 million grasses. I guess we do have $100 billion left over, so we'll get some more upgrades. But I would wager, yep, that we're going to fill up this bag in no time at all still. Biggest bag we've ever had and it's done. There's 236 billion. We do that a few times and we've got almost $1 trillion. We're going to push our way over. That normally should be quite a grind, but this is going to take like that. Now it's done. And now we've got everyone's dream weapon, a lightsaber chainsaw. But that cuts an absolutely enormous swath, and I can't even look at the grass in the bag is full. It just happens instantly. We can make like trillions of dollars per second at this rate. But we clearly need some upgrades, so let's spend 1.5 trillion on upgrades from tier 53 up to tier 60, so hopefully that will give the bag a little bit more room to grow. Well, it at least takes a few seconds now to get the 37 billion grass, but that's worth $1.3 trillion by itself. Here's another $4 trillion. We're going to put that all into upgrades from tier 61-ish to 65. Our bag is getting enormous, and so are our capabilities and our speed. We're flying around like a rocket. The grass bag is up to 125 billion, so it does take a couple seconds to get there, but literally still just a couple seconds. I'd wager it's got to be worth a lot of money, 4.5 trillion all by itself. So let's get a better mower. From 4 million to 12 million, advanced flamethrower. Yeah, this is what we traditionally use to cut our grass to. At tier 69, let's start mowing down those grasses. The bag is filling up quick. Yeah, we're back to basically a few short seconds to fill up 125 billion. Worth 5 trillion. The pets have also started working again, so I've got some of the frost pets. Their stats are lower to begin with than some of the already upgraded ones, but these ones will go much higher because their base stats are huge. And then where were we? Buying new lawnmowers? We have $34 trillion, so let's spend $34 trillion upgrading to a cursed flamethrower. And a few more upgrades here to take us from tier 65 to tier 68. Our bag is already full. That's 204 billion grasses. I'm pretty sure we're at the point again. Yeah, we're making like over 100 billion per tick. We just look at the grass and then we're instantly rich. I think this is also very much going to help all of our pets level up, especially the low level ones that are new. I found a new island. I didn't know I was allowed to go here. Apparently it's got a 3.5 times multiplier. I don't really know what that's referring to, but it might be the grass because we instant touch the grass and we're done. The pets here are extra expensive, but their stats are absolutely insane. For a level 1 pet with a 3 times money multiplier, that's going to be a new favorite. The game is a little particular. Sometimes I can't even get to this island. Sometimes I can't buy the pets, but the one constant is I can always cut the grass. Then we can spend $157 on trimmers once again, and that has put us into pitchfork territory. That left us with $11 trillion for more upgrades. Yep, that's how you do it. That's how you cut grass. Well, let's put it to the test. Okay, that is wildly powerful. We can't even touch the grass and the bag is full. There's not even a lot of grass back there. Pretty sure we can just move in any direction and we're obliterating grass. This is $15 trillion each time we hit that sell button. There's just not enough grass. That's the biggest problem. So clearly we need more upgrades. 104 trillion, that put us up to tier 78. Every time we sell a bag of grass, $80 trillion. So we're coming up at 1 quadrillion. In fact, we're a quadrillionaire officially. Even as walking back to here, I accidentally mined $100 trillion worth of grass. So now we're gonna spend that all on upgrades from tier 78 to tier 87. That's actually a colossal upgrade. Now look how long it takes us to fill up the bag. It's finally going. We're only 10% of the way there. It's going to be worth so much to sell this. So I'm going back to B Island for a second because I think we're going to take advantage of that multiplier that seems to be having an effect. There's lots of grass here, whatever the case, so it's easy money. And then selling this is worth 892 trillion. So we made basically $1 quadrillion just like that. It's so satisfying to walk around and watch the grass just evaporate around me in a giant swath. So now that we've sold again, we've got almost $2 quadrillion. So we're going to find out what kind of mower that can buy. That put us all the way up to an electric pole saw. That has 3.21 billion harvesting power. So let's take this puppy for a test drive. Yeah, that's filling our backpack already. That was $1 quadrillion just like that. I thought the upgrades would have slowed down, but now I like walk into the grass this far and $1 quadrillion. I walk into the grass this far and there's another $1 quadrillion. So with our newfound 7.4 quadrillion, let's spend that all on upgrades. Almost tier 100 across the board. We could fit 170 trillion grasses in our thing. And we're going to use B Island to take advantage of that because the bag is already 25% full, so it's only going to take a couple seconds still. Now that we have an enormous sized bag and $20 quadrillion, we need to buy perhaps some more upgrades, so we're going to move up to the Elite Hedge Cutter. So how fast can that fill our bag? Okay, that's going a lot quicker, and the bank is full, so there's another, what was it? 6 quadrillion. So we just take a few steps out into the grass and we're mega quadrillionaires. It's just that easy. I've quickly saved up another 100 quadrillion, so let's spend that on cutters because we need to see what's next. A rototiller. We don't have it yet, but it's an extra one to buy, but right now we have a very evil looking hedge trimmer. And using this, I can't even walk to the portal for Bee Island without filling the bag. Like, it is instantaneous. This thing is way overpowered. Another 100 quadrillion on upgrades. That's going to put us up to well over tier 100, 107. So even our grass bag can hold 2.3 quadrillion clippings at this point, and even on basic island we could fill it up this quickly. The problem isn't starting to be how long it takes to fill the bag, because we're cutting a large swath of grass obviously. It's not having enough grass to cut. We've officially made over $1 quintillion, otherwise known as 1 cutie. This is what 1 cutie looks like. But we're going to spend that on an upgraded mower. Probably a lot of upgraded mowers, really. We went from a basic rototiller to a cursed rototiller. Might have to zoom out a little bit to see the swath this cuts. Well, we fill our enormous bag in an instant again, so that's actually going to be problematic in its own little way. At this point, it's basically faster to just walk back and forth and cut a little bit of grass and walk back to the sell shop, because the bag just basically insta-fills. Anyways, 1 cutie later and we can spend that quintillion on upgrades again. Then over on Bee Island, we get to see how big this swath is. You'd think it would be a little bit bigger, but we're cutting in a reasonable amount of grass at this point. We're filling 19 quadrillion grasses that quickly. So we got $6 quintillion. That's going to buy us all the way into Nyx Turbo Laser Cutter, so a literal lightsaber. So this is what the ultimate grass cutter looks like. And we're definitely having that problem again where I basically touch the grass and we're full. So that is really, really, really satisfying. Today, we're going to use a chicken with a magic wand in its mouth to defeat as many innocent frogs as we possibly can. And to begin, luckily we have a wand that fires twice. 2 projectiles in a row, that means extra damage for the frogicide. And those 2 shots are more than enough to destroy these simple little frogs. On our level up, Pirate's Treasure, increased treasure chest to level 2. I don't really know what that means, but I'll take it. As long as I even feel like I'm making progress in some aspect of my life, I consider that a win. We're also going to need some more spells that aren't just balls flying out of my wand soon, because we got a large horde of frogs behind us that are going to absolutely destroy us if they touch us. Our first upgrade was some extra movement speed, which is the only thing keeping us alive so far. It's very hard to stay away from the frog horde right now, and I'm trying to just stay on the edge so I can actually pick up some of the dropped experience. I think I'm going to take Salt Rain. I don't actually know how useful this is. I just think it's funny to rain salt on frogs and slowly watch them dissolve. The whole premise of this game is funny to begin with, but them melting from acid rain is even better. My health bar, by the way, is this little green. There's our salt. Melt those frogs. Oh, that's much better. Oh, that's way better. Okay. Electric Zone. Creates an electric aura around you that causes damage to the enemies inside. I like how they call it an electric aura. We're just electrocuting the wildlife at this point. Yeah, that's better. Okay, I like this. Now we can melt the frogs and electrocute them while shooting them with a magic wand. We're also going to summon a boomerang that hits the nearest enemy every 2 seconds. That's going to be good because I routinely forget to shoot. I forget that I have to actually do that myself. Acid Rain is insane. We suddenly went from like struggling to being overpowered, although we're starting to get stronger frogs. And I definitely need to keep moving. We got some kind of upgrade over there, but if I stop moving, they bunch up around me and I will die very quickly. Out of all the things here, we'll take the interesting looking unicorn horn, increase the damage of arcane shots by 50%. I'm not sure which ones are arcane shots. I don't know if we have them yet, but if we get them, even better. I think that arrow is actually pointing us towards a shadow enemy. I think it's like a mini boss. We'll kill that as soon as we can. Maybe regenerating life would be good. 2% maximum life regen. As I was saying earlier, this is my health bar, the little green circle surrounding me that's not very full right now. My electrocution circle has so far saved me quite a bit of damage. I'm going to try and get to that over there, but it's really hard to avoid the frogs. I found where we killed the shadow guy, as another shadow guy appears. Cross trail leaves behind a trail of ice that slows enemies. I think I'm actually really going to like that, because anything we can already upgrade it too. Okay, yeah, that's probably actually going to be helpful, because everything in this game is really, really quick. We upgraded our speed by a considerable amount. We're still barely outrunning everything. And it's really hard to just commit to a direction. Like, I want that treasure chest up there, but it's so hard to weave between everything. Increase the duration of Salt Rain by 30%. So we're slowly going to melt all the frogs for even longer. I want more upgrades for that. I think that's our single best thing. We're also going to collect all the treasure chests we can because I'm greedy, and I think those lead to permanent upgrades. The red arrow leaves us past the shadow idiot to more upgrades. Okay, great. We're going to grab that. Increases slowing effect on enemies Frost Step by 5%. So they'll get slowed by my this, and they're getting even slower. And another upgrade for our Salt Rain, your projectiles deal an additional 2 damage. Or maybe that's saying just 2 damage to every projectile we have, which would be perfectly fine. Oh, this is a really bad spot. I'm going to have to take some damage to get out of that. That was really ugly. But our Salt Rain is back. It's pouring it on. It's going to last longer and do more damage. There's so many upgrades on the ground already. We're going to increase our life by 4%. That's not really a huge upgrade, but out of all those, it was the best. There might have been a reroll token there that I might have missed, so I need to pay attention to that. This is the kind of game that really makes you earn the progress. Increase movement speed by 40%. I think we're already at a 20% increase, so that's actually going to help a lot. This way we can maneuver around through the frogs easier and pick up more of the orbs safely. Movement speed is really important at this stage of the game, it seems. Increase wand damage. What was this one? Cause 1000 damage to all enemies on screen every 100 seconds. All we gotta do is last 100 seconds and we get to kill everything on screen. That's true, Frogicide. Okay, this is crazy hard already. 5.5 minutes until we got destroyed, but we did make 8,000 coins, which I accidentally just spent on a new wand, but I don't actually regret that. We also have Midas wood that we can make the wand out of. There's all sorts of things you can insert into the wands you make to make them stronger. So far I've created the stupid stick and then I made the idiot stick. Now we're gonna make something new with whatever this does. It's beautiful and will hopefully give me a lot better chance to do anything at all. The wand's name is Frogicide, just so we're not beating around the bush. So it's firing a triple shot, and those things go a long ways. Okay, we're getting much stronger already. And it's starting us with our beloved acid rain. Perfect. We're going to slowly melt the frogs while triple shotting them. Because I can fire 3 of these at once, I'm actually going to stick nice and close in a little circle here. We need those upgrades soon. Any experience left on the ground is not our friend. Yeah, I'm also going to summon one chick to cast a spell at the nearest enemy, so now we have a little helper. Hopefully they do a lot of damage. So far, they seem to be helping actually quite a bit. That extra projectile is doing a lot. And once the acid rain comes in, everything's going to die. There was frogs bunched up on the rocks, so I moved the screen over to accommodate them. I'm not going to stop until every frog in this world is absolutely massacred. I didn't notice the coins on the ground either. Drop 1 lightning on the nearest enemy. That I like how it so gently says we're dropping lightning on the enemy. We're not hitting a single frog with an enormous lightning bolt. We're just dropping a lightning on them. It makes it sound much nicer that way. There's some treasure chests on the ground. We'll definitely pick those up because it's clearly going to get us better wands and better everythings. Still going to need a little more fire rate and everything else. But so far so good. We're dropping all sorts of stuff on the ground. We're staying well ahead of the frogs so far. I think what would pair really well with our current devices of torture would be poisonous gas. Creates a gas cloud that deals 1 damage every 0.8 seconds. Okay, so that's just going to go around me. Yeah, that's actually going to be big. So we got some good AoE style stuff coming in. Got lots of experience on the ground, but there's a red arrow down in the lower left, so I really probably need to go explore that. Okay, we got to keep moving though at the same time. We're going to need movement speed, because without that, we're just doomed. We're already getting hit by everything. And depending what's in upgrades like this too, these could really help us out. Increase the duration of Salt Rain by 30%. Because Salt Rain's absolutely going to be one of our big weapons. Okay, we got him dead right away. There's our movement speed. Perfect. This is shaping up to be a good one. I'm also going to get Mushroom Exploder, just because that sounds funny to say. It spawns 1 mushroom every 0.8 seconds, which explodes, dealing 12 damage to all the nearby idiots. So the few of them that are going to get hit by that are going to get real hurt by that. And then we'll start to slowly thin out the frogs. Look at all this stuff on the ground. This is just very satisfying. We're also starting to get the first of the big frogs. We seem to be able to destroy them fairly quick if we focus our damage on them, so that's a good sign. We got some giant mushrooms on the ground. Salt Rain is going up, even more damage for even longer. So we're shaping up to be very powerful so far. And we can definitely kite them into the damage, and then they're doomed. I do like the way we fire 3 shots in front of us that can take out a little frog so we can at least clear the way for ourselves somewhat. What's happening? I don't know what this is. It's very dark and it's super not helpful. Okay, great. Okay, we're also going to get Fire Dance. Summons 1 flame that launches towards the nearest idiot every 2.5 seconds. Okay, good. We're back to the funnel vision. Just what I wanted. Yep, this is totally survivable. I'm kind of just going to go in somewhat small circles to draw everything into my mushrooms and poison cloud right now, just because I can't see what's coming. I don't really know how to deal with this or why this has happened to us. But they're all getting mushroomed. There we go. Okay, now we're actually really trapped too at the same time, so we're just going to go this way. Salt Rain every 6 seconds, 8 damage per second for 6 seconds for all enemies. We were really, really close to dying there. We're still really close to dying. I'm going to get greedy though and walk through this horde of stuff. We're going to try and take out the special boy here, who's right in our stuff. We're going to stay away from spots like that. Okay, we can try and get to that chest, but that's really dangerous. We are so low on health and in a really, really bad spot. Acid Rain came in, so I got brave and went up to this. We're going to increase the distance we can pull stuff in from. I almost walked into a giant frog, and we might be able to get it even more at this point. I'm going to try that Salt Shaker. I think that's going to increase Acid Rain. That might just be all projectiles in general. Not really sure, but anything is better than nothing. This is going to be a good one. It's even a yellow quality. It rains salt every 6 seconds, dealing 10 damage per second. That's actually crazy high. So now we're going to start melting everything. So if we could only just get some of our HP back, we kill that. Oh, whoa, I walked into a frog. That's so hard to survive. I don't get what we're supposed to do. Luckily, we can afford a new chicken at this point. He comes with all sorts of bonuses, but he also summons 1 chick every 4 levels. So using this new chicken, I've been getting Arcane Shot a lot, which normally starts as 2 projectiles firing out. Strangely, we're getting that a lot, so I've just been selecting it, so we're really upgrading it. I'm going to add Salt Rain there just to help thin out the idiots. But I think actually if I can get that up a lot, 1 damage is also going up. But the this thing, Arcane Shot, goes off quite a lot, and that's actually going to clear out a lot of frogs for me. See, look at that. Fires 16 projectiles every 3 seconds. HP regeneration probably would have been wiser, but that's a lot more fun. And those things keep going too. But if we can manage to get that up a few levels, summon what orb that orbits around you. I'm actually going to try that because that might absorb projectiles. It might also hit things. Yeah, okay, that goes circles around me at a bigger area, so that's going to help keep me safe. And hopefully projectiles eventually. We're going to take more movement speed. We're level 10 now, so we got 2 small chicks helping us. Oh, once we hit level 12, we'll get even more. Okay, we got the cone of truth here, so we need to stay in the center for a sec till that goes away. Luckily, we're strong enough to destroy everything. I'm also going to get the poisonous gas cloud because I know how strong that can be. There we go. Fire 32 projectiles. So those are going to hit a lot. So as long as I stop walking into the enemies, that's actually going to really do well for us. Especially if I can get something from this, it would synergize with that. Increase the damage of arcane shots by 50%. Okay, that's going to be a big one now. When those things go off, they're going to wreck. And we can get it again, 64 projectiles every 3 seconds. I think that's actually max level at this point. So as long as we could not get hit for 3 seconds, we should have a pretty clear path to go in almost any direction. We'll see for sure. Especially things that are close to us. They're going to take a lot of shots. Treasure chests are going to level 2. That just means more gold coins. Maybe that's a strategy I've been getting wrong the whole time. Maybe we just need really high level of one skill instead of a bunch of different skills. There's our regen that we need, so we can start putting our HP back on while doing that. And Arcane Whatever really works well because I really don't have to think. It just fires in all directions, so it's very hands-off for me. Let's add a little more HP because we got damage okay for now for once. So if HP goes up, then regen goes up as well. So we're going to increase our health by a further 20%. So HP regen is going to be more per tick every second. Arcane Shot isn't one-shotting the big guys if it hits them with a single one, but when multiple hit, which I often do, then it kills them. But I need to remember that. And we have 3 small chicks helping us at this point. And then we are going to increase the duration of Acid Rain by 30%. I'm not really sure what to upgrade, so I guess we'll just go for Salt Rain again. Maybe Salt Rain plus my Helper Chicks plus my Arcane Whatever will just decimate everything. Then we'll have it on Easy Street for a while. Here comes our next Shadow Idiot. Okay, never mind. He's dead. Movement speed's going up. Perfect. This is shaping up. We're getting all the things we need. Maximum health going up by a further 20%. So that means regen even stronger. Plus we can tank a little bit more damage so we can make even stupider plays. If we could get surrounded by orbs as well, I'd feel a lot better. But so far, we're actually keeping ourselves pretty safe. Like there's lots of room around us. That's the 5-minute mark. So I hear something colorful. We're going to reroll those. Well, maybe increase our base attack speed by 20%. I assume that only refers to my wand. It's a little hard to say in this game, but that's just going to help me clear a path faster. I found another item upgrade thing, so that could be good for a few different things. I guess we'll just execute enemies with less than 3% health, but I figure if they have 3% health, they're pretty much already dead, so I'm not sure how helpful that's going to be. Increase chick attack speed by 20%. I don't know if those count as those or not. They are in fact little chicks, so that might be the case. And that would be great, because we're only going to get more and more of them as we level up more. In fact, we'll even summon more, so we'll start building those as well. So we'll have lots of little chicks with advanced attack speed. We're getting lots of treasure chests. There's that jingle sound again. I don't really know what that is. Acid rain, nope. Health going up wouldn't be bad. Yeah, we'll take another 20% HP. Now we're good and tanky. We're going to need it for when the projectiles show up, then I can panic less and kill more. The idiots are starting to show up, so we're going to get acid rain that's going to do big damage to them, and that's going to be good because it can kill them from a long ways away, and they'll die sooner than later. The faster they die, the less projectiles we deal with. These ones are all sort of the same, so Fire Dance can get more damage. If we do get Fire Dance, which we might, it's better. Increase life by 4%. Yep, that's just more HP regen for me. The projectile things do seem to die pretty quickly, so when Arcane Shock goes out, it does tend to wreck a lot of them. And less projectiles means I'm much, much healthier. And I got over $10,000 so I can really re-roll things. Salt Rain. Every 6 seconds, 12 damage per second. So I'm going to try and get that maxed out next maybe. There's max level. 14 damage per second for Salt Rain. So every time it shows up, it's really going to evaporate a lot of idiots. And that's just less projectiles, which means I can survive much, much easier. I was perhaps wrong. Salt Rain can go even stronger. Look at this card though. That's got to be something real good. It doesn't actually say what it does. Like this one it says, this one it says, so this must be like an ultimate. Well, whatever, we'll take it. Oh, interesting. So we have different options for its ultimate ability. Enemies killed turn into statues that explode and hit other idiots. This one, the rain is 900% more damage, but its cooldown is reduced by 200%. I kind of like this. Rain causes 300% more damage, lasts 40% longer, cooldown is reduced by 20%, and the ground explodes where the rain falls. It's basically Armageddon. So I'm going to pick Armageddon. So when that rain goes off, I think the whole map is going to wipe. There we go. Okay, that's a little easier. I can see again. We just wreck everything. I think little balls might refer to my circular, so now we have 3 of those around us. So this is shaping up to be a good run. So what do we want to do that to next? The satellites maybe? Summon 2 orbs that orbit around you. Yeah, had I known there was ultimate upgrades in the beginning, I might have just gone for that, because clearly those are way strong. Cooldown is reduced, so it should be quicker than... Yep, there it is again already. And because we're getting rich, we can reroll a lot to hopefully get the ultimate upgrades for these. Health would also be interesting, but we will get the little orbs. Now we got 5 orbs circling us. We just killed another shadow guy. Now we get 4 orbs to circle us. The rain has showed up again, so everything's getting wrecked. We're going to reroll looking for more... I'll actually take regen at this point, just because we are getting hit and things are starting to hurt a lot. But with all of our HP too, that's actually really good balance. Oh, Arcane Shot. Oh, I forgot that was maxed out. Yeah, we get another ultimate ability. So we have Furious Blast. 10 bursts of 32 shots are fired around you, each causing 24 damage. That's insane. Every 3 seconds, 64 shots are fired in a clockwise motion around you, each causing 24 damage. That's also insane. I'm kind of feeling Furious Blast. 10 bursts of 32 shots. Okay, that's actually liking the game. Okay, this is going to work well. Okay, between that and the Acid Rain and soon to be whatever else we're doing, this is going to work very well, to the point where the game's lagging and I can't really see anymore. We're filling the world with projectiles. We are getting hit a lot, so I'm actually going to take more HP regeneration just to get a little bit of healing. Look at all the experience on the ground. But look at all the projectile morons as well. That's troubling. We did level up again, so we're re-rolling, looking for the kind of things that would help us get ahead. Maybe for regen, actually, since we're getting so much of it, we'll start building that up, because the ultimate regen level's got to be something good too. All the ultimate abilities seem crazy, crazy strong. Plus we have an army of little chickens. We're going to be at the top level for satellites, so we need 1 more level of that to get our ultimate satellite ability. I forgot we had those going on out there. They're definitely helping keep us safe, and they just wrecked the shadow guy. More HP. This game went from being incredibly hard in a struggle to now we're destroying everything. We're going to get 12% of our max life every 5 seconds, so we should be able to heal through lots of damage. There are so many projectiles suddenly. I think if those hit me, they might actually kill me, so I do really need to be careful. Oh, that's tempting to go for more health, but I want to try and roll for the ulties. A few rolls later, satellites, ultimate ability. Or dual satellites is what we're going to do. There'll be 2 rows of satellites, damage increased by 100%. The size of satellites is increased, but that's okay. There'll be more of them. Now we got those little spinny balls, and those are still going to hit anything getting anywhere close to me. I'm not even going to fire my main weapon anymore. I don't need to. Plus, I think the game doesn't love it. It already seems to be struggling just a little bit with what we got. Well, these are getting expensive, so we'll just increase our treasure chest to tier 3. That just means we'll get more coins for more rerolls or permanent upgrades. Either way, we're pretty happy. Yeah, we got our ultimate regen ability. Well, we get to pick from... Oh, wait, no, that's just max level. Okay, so next time we'll get our maximum regen. I got ahead of myself. At this point, I'll actually take more health, just because we get that closer to its ultimate upgrade too. Look at that big green orb. We're definitely going to touch that thing. That had to be a ton of experience. Okay, well, maximum health will be at 140%. There might be 1 more level of that, I'm not sure, but that's also getting very close to its ultimate too. We're also getting hit by a lot of things, but it really doesn't matter. We're just regenerating right on through. We're level 44. Look at all the little chicks we have helping us. We've got our top level health upgrade, so the next time that spawns, it will be its ultimate upgrade. And we obviously need the help because we're clearly struggling to get through all this. Upgrades are already costing over $1,000, so we're going to get more of the mini chicks. They are doing a lot of damage. Oh, look at these. These are clearly rarer variety. So reduce the cooldown of Arcane Shot by 50%. That's this. So that's going to go off twice as often as it does. So pretty much constantly at this point. Great. I like how when I think I can't get any stronger, something comes up and then we get stronger. We're going to get more small chicks. We're just headed for more and more ulties. And we can pick up all those beautiful chests on the ground. I'm pretty sure I can tank through damage. I'm not going to push my luck too much in that though, because we don't want to find out the hard way. There's 5 chicks. Okay, better make that 6. That's getting close to its max level as well, so we definitely got a lot of ultimate upgrades coming up soon. We did get our ulti for the mini chicken at this point, so we're definitely going to take that. So we can pick from puberty, chicks turn into a chicken, damage increased by 700%, attack speed by 300%, and shots penetrate up to 2 enemies. Elite chicks, chicks gain sunglasses, damage increased by 1000%, and shots infinitely pierce through enemies. That's actually crazy. And brood of chicks, summons 5 more chicks, increase attack speed by 35%, damage by 300%. I'm definitely going to take elite chicks because 1000% damage and shots infinitely pierce. So I don't know what, like, we're so stupidly overpowered at this point. They're going to be firing non-stop, and those shots are not going to stop for anything. They're just going to keep on going. Decrease the time to spawn relic chests by 5 seconds. Wait, are we picking both of those? We might have just picked both of those. I'm not really sure what happened. Either way, chests are going to spawn faster, which means more fast upgrades for us. Not that we're running into any shortage of those. It really, you know, keeps consistent with the upgrades. Well, we'll knock another 5 seconds off the spawn time for chests. You know what? We better get that one twice. We can take an extra little bit more HP. That's not going to hurt. Experience, rather, because we're clearly not leveling up enough. Hey, look at that little thing. That was actually quite tough. We'll take some poisonous gas. It's free. We're also getting close to the extra chest spawning. I can't imagine what the ultimate upgrade there would be. Was that a tank? I think a tank spawned. It didn't last for very long because we are like a super tank ourselves. It is a tank. Upgrades are getting expensive again, so we'll just take more experience gain. That certainly can't hurt at this point. Well, we're past the 15-minute mark. Whatever that thing was very strong. I'm glad that didn't touch me. That actually might have hurt a lot. Okay, we're now getting an extra 50% base experience along with our already double experience, so we might be getting 300 experience depending on how they stack. It feels like we might be, given a rate we're leveling still. Like, we're way into the game and we're absolutely leveling very fast. So let's add some more to that. And we're getting the big green orbs. Those are adding a lot of experience to us. Chest party is also going to be max size, so lots of chests. That's ready for its ultimate upgrade, which should mean even more chests. So let's see if we can seek out. Well, also there's experience getting to a very high level. We'll take. Whoa, look at this guy. Oh, there's lots of them. I thought he was the king, but there's multiple of those. Big purple orbs. I feel like we're going to wreck these guys too. They can tank some of my orbs, which is interesting. That just tells me we're going to need even more upgrades. And I'm here for that. This game will not stop handing out the upgrades. So we now get an 80% bonus to experience. And then our next one's going to be the ultimate. Our little chicks are going to destroy the king frogs. We're going to reduce the cooldown of Salt Rain by 20%. That's a rare quality upgrade. But it's now going to rain Apocalypse down much quicker. I'm starting to assume that some of these don't have ultimate abilities. That's why I can't find them, even though I've been searching forever. So we'll just settle for pretty much anything at this point. Salt Shaker. Your projectiles deal even more damage. Yeah, we clearly needed more of that. Our experience is ridiculous at this point. All right, we're going to add extra lightning because we need more lightning. Lightning probably hits very hard, and that's good for the big guys because they definitely can eat some damage. We just lost half of our HP to something. We're putting it back very quickly, but that was eye-opening. So I probably don't want to touch the big frogs. Luckily, we can kill them very quickly. The tanks fire triple shot. Didn't notice that before. I got so strong, I sort of stopped paying attention to things. There's some cool upgrades here. The spelling on this increases the size of electricity zone by 10% and damage by 20. I don't know what that's referring to. The trick shot pierces through the first enemy and the attack damage is increased by 100%. They already have 1000% extra damage and infinite pierce, but that's the only upgrade there that could actually be of use to us. But now the shots actually look cool. Okay, magnets going up in level again, so we'll be able to suck stuff in from very, very far away. Not unlike your mom. And we'll just keep on going, picking up whatever chests we can get. Pirate chest level 8. We have over $100,000. I remember I thought I was rich and I had 5,000. And the chests are just constantly spawning. This is actually kind of a dangerous spot to be. We're a little bit trapped, but I'm not that worried about it. Because we got our ultimate magnet. Oh, that doesn't actually tell you what it did. Maybe I misread that and that wasn't the ultimate, but it felt like it was. Maybe it's just really big. We seem to have limited upgrades left, so we're going to get mushroom explosions. I think those are going to be the best bang for the buck at this point. That's a new thing. Don't know what that is. It's eating a ton of damage. And then it died. More mushroom exploder. Also high level lightning. 5 lightning bolts on nearby enemies, which is mostly the king frogs. We're going to melt the crown right into their head. Feel like we're getting close to the end, just based on the number of giant idiots spawning and not much else. Ooh, ultimate lightning. Ultimate Zeus punishment. So divine protection. Powerful lightning bolt falls under you, protecting you and dealing 100 damage to all nearby enemies. That's very strong. 12 lightning bolts fall randomly, dealing 18 damage per bolt. Also strong. 8 lightning bolts Strike 8 different enemies, dealing 60 each. I kind of like the protection one. 100 damage, it's going to strike me and spread out to everyone around me. Simply because we are starting to take some hits and they are hurting. Also, our mushrooms are getting very strong. They're going to explode and deal 22 damage, and they're going to spawn quite often. And not long after that, we're going to get ultimate mushroom ability. Long story short, we're going to get grenade mushroom. They deal 30 damage, and explosionaries increase by 2. So they just get bigger explosion. Nuclear mushrooms. These are the other options. You want to read them, go ahead and pause it. I'm not here to read, I'm here to destroy frogs, and we're doing a pretty good job of that so far. I guess just Medusa at this point, it doesn't really matter. We're just going to pick up as many of these chests as we can. We have $200,000. We've also added a boomerang to our arsenal. We're leveling up so fast now, it's almost annoying because we just can't get like any consistency done. There's the 20-minute mark. I was hoping for some kind of boss. We'll see if something turns up. So far, nothing except this guy has shown up. I don't know if this is supposed to be the boss or not. He's eating a lot of damage, but he did die. We got some cool rare upgrades out of a chest. I don't even know what these are. These are blue. All shots deal 5% damage. Yes. I just found the ultimate for frost steps. The ice trail deals 15 damage per second. The ice trail area increases bigger, and that freezes for longer. This one, when I leave an ice trail, it leaves a path that if I walk on, I gain speed. I already hit max move speed, so we're just going to get painful ice. So anyone that walks on this is going to take damage per second. And we're so quick that we're going to leave a lot of damage per second on the ground. I think I actually just killed myself walking into a giant frog because I was not at all taking that seriously anymore. I feel like I could have just kept going really for a long time anyway. So $354,000 is good enough for me.